3.
All right, here we are with Exalted Demake, Never Talk to Strangers, Season 1, Episode 3. We are in August 2024. I am Devin, the facilitator, and here with me today we have...
I am Gerald, playing Salah al-Rashid, Dawncast Solar.
Fuck, where's the battle sheet?
I am Adam, playing Nothing Else Matters, a Duskcast Abyssal.
I'm Falco, playing Noah, a Twilight Solar.
I'm Arbane, playing Captain Craig, a Zenith Cast Solar.
I'm Panda, playing Neil Bedia, a Dawncast Solar.
Excellent. All right, gang. Panda's joining us. Nicole can't this week, and neither can Steph. So, win some, lose some. We're shuffling players around because we have such a big cast. So if people are dropping out, this is what's happening. We probably covered all of this in great detail in the intro that you've already listened to, that we already covered every aspect of what's happened because we prepped ahead of time. So, gang, what happened last session for myself, listeners, and Panda?
We decided to take a trip into the woods. It went like all horror stories do, but it ended up being we who were the horror monsters.
Our vampire friend had a vampire friend who wanted us to find his vampire creation. And when we were finding said creation, we ended up running into an absolute swarm of zombies and a spine chain.
Yeah.
Spine chain.
A full-on exalted spine chain.
Yeah.
Yep. And then it turned out that the creation wasn't such a bad guy. So we said, you know what, fuck it. You can do what you want.
You were just like 10-foot tall armored knight who drinks blood. You go out into the world and walk down that highway.
He had some really strong Optimus Prime vibes, despite being a giant robot vampire.
Not one of you did a read intentions, if that exists. I love it. They just talk at you. People just talk at you, and things happen, and you can just go with it. It's awesome. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it was great how quickly that turned on the plan. In tradition with the Rose Black and our old Exalted came going, you talked to him when the party didn't kill the Bull of the North for the third or fourth time after going to kill him. Good times. So, where we left off, there were a bunch of problems in town that have been springing up. You had come by an apartment fire. You all rushed on in, saved a bunch of people, tracked down the culprits. It was some vampires on motorcycles, and they have motorcycled off to their vampire bar, and I double-checked, and you all said you're in hot pursuit to do it tonight. So, we come on in to you in pursuit, and Panda, your character is here too. Just go with it. So,
wait, so I was just here for the whole time? I'm not busting through a wall later?
No, you just met up. You're just like, oh, hey, there's the gang. Cool. Yeah. You're all in the group chat.
We picked you up along the way.
Like Steph and Nicole's characters are around. They're just not always here. Stuff comes up. Shit happens.
Just fucking pull up to the soup kitchen. Get in. We're going vampire hunting.
Yeah, you had.
And I was probably inside the car casting my summoning spell at that time.
Oh yeah, this is something you probably did and didn't mention to people before you went to the forest. You had figured out summoning demons, and you did, and no one really noticed the giant blood ape was there, and it never materialized. I didn't think it needed to help you because you didn't call on it in that fight. It's always been here in the background. Mm-hmm. You didn't bother naming it. It doesn't need one yet.
Right.
So
it sticks around.
There's just a blood ape.
It's the my familiar that was always here kind of deal.
Well, the blood ape is immaterial, so no one's even realized it's there. That'll be a fun surprise for later.
A very sneaky gorilla.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one out of us who can see
the muffled sounds of gorilla violence.
I think you're the only one who can attack it when it's in spirit form too, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else took demon eating charms.
Yeah, not yet, but it's on the list.
Hasn't come up yet. We'll get there. We'll beta test that.
Wait, should I'm looking at that as well, or
so? Yeah,
I'm looking at that Octavian the Living Tower stat block, and I'm going down the road. We'll see how that goes. It's a nightmare stat block.
Wait, should I have taken the XP as well, or
Oh God, yeah, I meant to mention you got like 32 XP to spend.
32 motherfucker. Oh, good
16 of
lord.
each.
16 and
16
16.
supernal, 16 standard. You have your own XP section in the battle sheet if you take a look at it. Your player
Shit
7.
muffins.
There's just so much XP to spend.
Oh, I did not notice that. Oh no. Okay, I guess
Yeah, right?
I guess I'm gonna spend the ride picking stuff out then. Well, I guess it
Yeah.
means I can round out my combat suite.
Yeah. So you all approach the vampire bar where the vampires headed on into. As you were following them, I don't know in what conveyance you're using. Were you using a car or just on your own 2 feet? What were you using here, gang?
A car.
Car. Perfect. We're there. You notice that there were perhaps people who didn't want to be on the back of the motorcycle when they drove into the bar. They drove the motorcycles into the bar.
All right.
So this is where we step out a la Red, where Bruce Willis steps out of the car while it's spinning around.
I only saw that movie once, so I don't remember it. But this is the part of the movie where you step out of your vehicle to go into the vampire bar. It is called, rolling the dice in my head, Euthanasia. It's a bar.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Get on the nose, isn't it?
Yeah, vampires, they're all like that.
True.
It is clad in those strong, durable neon lights that are everywhere. Like, it's not fragile neon tubes here. This stuff is built to last. They built a beach out of it. So
Glorious.
It's just that violent, like purple, pink fire color burning all around you. It's on the street lamps, buildings in the background. It creates this haze that the whole world is under an aurora borealis of color. Music is playing. 1-800-SUICIDE, Dr. Online is playing. You can hear it coming from a jukebox machine.
All right.
What's euthanasia mean?
Are you asking
putting
that out of
someone to
character
sleep.
or in character?
Out of character, I guess. You guys also acted like it was an obvious joke.
Oh, euthanasia? That's the thing when someone's suffering, so you put them out of their misery, like stepping on their head or using a medicine to put them down.
I misheard you. I thought you said euthanasia, and I was like, what the heck is
No.
that? Okay, got it.
That makes much more sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I was like, you haven't heard of euthanasia? That's improbable.
You never know.
I didn't hear euthanasia.
No, I know. It's fine.
All right. Can I do a look over for the bar to see if there's anything that stands out?
Did you go inside it at all?
No, just like outside, just looking it over before we go in.
There are people chilling outside smoking. There's someone shooting up heroin. There are some kids packing up a lemonade stand that some vampires are walking away from. There's a bunch of bikes loaded into a garage that's been closed.
Oh man, smoking. On a similar note, I'm going to go ahead and use all-encompassing sorcerer's sight to sniff out whatever I can, supernaturally speaking.
Give me a difficulty 7 roll.
Yep. Let's see. I am not
As you-
spending any motes right now, so let's just see what we get. 4 successes.
Oh, my God. So, as you tune into the ley lines of this city, you're immediately washed out by the raw power thrumming through all of the light fixtures and the grid here, and it's hard to pick things out. But no, there's a lot of vampires in there. You can pick up death. There's a lot of death in there.
All right. I will, say, or Noah will say out loud, well, as we probably expected, I'm sensing a lot of death.
Yeah,
Hear from in
no,
the
that
bar.
tracks.
A woman yelling, "Help me," and a baby
Oh.
crying.
Well, I guess that makes up our decision for us.
Yeah.
Why is there a
Time to
baby?
go.
Excellent. Perfect. It's all coming together. You rush into the bar. It's largely empty. You are smarter than this and look up. Just see a lot of vampires hanging on the ceiling. Like a lot of vampires hanging on the ceiling.
Oh,
One of them just finished going, "Help me!" And one of them just stopped. And one of them, a full-grown adult biker, stops making baby crying sounds with its mouth, like any good predator. And
A little
then,
dignified, isn't it?
I guess, Pontypool made it scary. And then, to finally set the tone, they detonate the C4. And the hole arrives.
Well, I guess now we know where the hole was coming from.
The hole was always with you. So everyone is going to take a fall into Spike's trap, and I did not make it as rough as it could be based on what this fall is going to be. But let me paint a scene for you. The bottom of the bar blows out, almost like someone who's a demolitions expert set this up and planned it. You all hit the basement and stop and smash through the basement into another layer. This happens a couple of times as you hear above you, they have pushed a dump truck full of cement over alongside you to just let it go with it to make sure you go all the way down. Unfortunately, not all of the members of this little plan were lucky or sure-footed. So there's some humans, and you're almost certain vampires based on how they're not dead after the injury they just took, slamming into this with you as they lined the bottom of this 4-zone wide, 4-zone long, what was it? 4 to 5 zone tall pit with spikes, rebar metal that have been cast sharp. Some people fall on it and are impaled. Many do not make it. So I need you all to make a difficulty 5, not get murdered by a trap roll, and you have to get 4 successes to eliminate the 4 damage coming your way.
Cool.
That is how we're setting the scene today.
so what kind of roll should that be?
It is largely dependent on what you're able to justify because hazards are a little vague. So Dex plus athletics, you could make the excuse. I'm not even going to not say you can't. Stamina and resistance to tank it. Or, if you want to be a nut job, Dex and melee is listed if you're just like swordsman shipping the debris out of the way as you fall. It's Exalted. The world is your oyster. Tell me how you're justifying the roll you want to make to not take this damage.
So you said they pushed the dump truck in after us, right?
It was basically at the same time. The timing. A lot of these people have celerity. They made sure this all lined up.
Fair enough. So basically, it's available as a platform then.
I mean, it's on the ground now. It's like, it's coming with you, but at the end, it'll be smashed into the ground.
Yeah, but while we were falling, it would be available as one.
Absolutely.
Soaring crane leap.
And what does that do? Just so I know.
Oh, reduces difficulty of tricky jumps by 3.
Cool.
Among other things.
What is the roll you're going to make to avoid this trap?
Dex athletics.
Perfect. Go for it.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Sorry, what was the difficulty again?
The difficulty for this opening trap is 5.
All right, so in that case, I knock that down to what was the minimum? Is there a minimum, or is
how many successes did you get? Each one subtracts damage.
No, the minimum for the difficulty on the roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. The minimum I think is 3. You can't roll lower than 3.
Okay. Okay. Wait, where am I? Where's my sheet? There it is. Okay. Dex athletics shirt 9 at diff 3 and. Ones do not subtract. Behold. 11.
Yeah, you're good. No damage. Who's next?
Sala.
Good.
Sala's gonna curl up, and he's taking it. He's gonna sweep aside the rebar with his shield as he lands.
Perfect.
So the stamina plus resistance.
There you go. What happens?
And
like, if you guys know this roll is like a roll you can just make and justify, you could start rolling ahead of time so we can just bam, bam, bam.
Oh, yeah. 5 successes.
Yeah, you're good. Who's next? Now remember the order we have on the character sheet.
I'll go.
Sorry.
I'll go. So I spent a mote to double my dice pool. It's going to be dexterity and athletics.
Okay.
And that's 13 successes.
You're
wow.
good.
Okay.
Barely
So
inconvenienced.
I'm just dancing all over the debris while falling down.
Yeah, it's like a sort of music and dance for you. You're good.
All right. Noah just plays part cat, more or less, and lands as best he can between them. I got 6 successes on Dex plus Athletics.
Excellent. Is there anyone who has not?
The captain.
Captain.
He's not going to do quite as graceful a thing. He's going to have face planting right in the middle of a stack of rebar and then get up as nothing is wrong because I had bought adamant skin concentration. That'll cost me a mote, though.
That's a good move. It's a good move to have done that.
Gets up from some now bent rebar.
Yeah. Anyone left?
Nope, that's everyone.
Then the proceedings for tonight shall begin. Let me set the scene. The concrete truck is half embedded in the ground because the ground is not made of wood, stone, or like man-made materials. It's made of mud because you're all the way down into the swamp at this point. A muddy, marshy abyss. Debris and parts of the club above rain down as you see the different layers of the city, like power lines snap, gas lines are exposed, and large parts of like the sides are just crumpled over. Once you hit the bottom and a bunch of other vampires and people just crash around you in some pretty primal violence, many of them clung to the ceiling and the walls and just slide their way down looking at you, weapons in hand, as a size 2, which is north of 100, couple hundred vampires and ghouls that they've brought with them, arrive on scene. Small explosions and echoes are heard around you as the sides of this arena blow open because there were people here prepped ahead of time, and other vampires start coming in. Vampires
really ready for us.
Yeah, you're immortals. What did you expect? So you have your rabble of vampires. The vampire swarm is, as I said before, it is freshly made vampires, ghouls, but also the best warriors they have, competent soldiers, multiple Sabbat packs, all mixed in together, all dragging themselves down into a kind of soupy average of vampire that's going to be attacking you. Around you, pipes burst with a group 3, which is I think 1,000 rats, all around, taking up 6 zones of this arena. From another entrance, a swarm of dogs come in, clearly ghouled, clearly not right, red bloody eyes. You hear a variety of gunfire and machine guns up top, like they have a kill zone prepared. And then the stars start to show up. 2 vampires, obviously in some sort of preternatural monster form. One looking like a big stone gargoyle without wings that's cracked skin, oozes blood, with like rending jaws and claws. And another one who's just like a man bat of the same caliber of monster, but made of like skin and fur and hide. They just come out of either side of this arena area and start taking up position, getting ready to come on in. The roar of motorcycles is heard as 2 of those bikers who took the elevator down to this level roar into play, some of them with chains, some of them with actual to Christ lances, as if they were knights of old, and maybe they were. There are a few standout vampires. Like one clearly looks like he's a leader of one of these packs. He looks visibly different from the rest of them. He stands out. You could hear chanting around you like someone is giving a goddamn sermon and it's echoing through all the walls here. And one vampire in actual medieval knight's armor that's just been painted or stained a metallic red with a chainsaw that's been modified to be swung like a sword, not one-handed, arrives on scene with a battle standard sticking out of his knight armor on the back with like just a bloody handprint over a wolf's skull on the standard. Here's how tonight's going to play out. You will all get to take your turns. Every time you go, an NPC gets to go. We're going to go back and forth. At the end of the turn, the battle groups get to go. Some battle groups automatically cut ahead. You need to remember a few rules. One, when you destroy a battle group and bring its health to 0, it crumples down to one size lower and might just get back up at full health at that level and keep on going. If you demoralize it hard enough, it'll disperse and not come back. 2, if you're trying to do a ranged attack, you guys have to be at least one zone away for that to happen if you're using like archery and stuff. That's a rule for archery that's out there unless you have a charm to negate it. And 3, if you get hit before your turn, you can't make a movement action. You're stuck in place.
Unless you're
Not if you have nimble weapons.
Oh yeah, if you got a way around it, you got a way around it. But these are the terms of how tonight's going to go down. Note we have our list, so Akashic Monk Sala goes first, but I don't know. You want to go first? Does someone else want to start to go first? Talk amongst yourselves. They've all taken position. You can see the battle map, and they've all been like marked. I mean, yeah, tell me where you are on that map, where you're going to set up shop, how this is going to go down.
I'm assuming that we are landed in the empty zone.
I'm going to let you pick the zone on the ground sector you landed in.
All right.
Where's the truck at?
It's part of the scenery. There is multitudes of scenery like it around that you can use for cover, for, environmental effects, for hazards, all that stuff.
Okay.
If the answer is I landed by the truck, that is a valid answer.
I think I will go with the landing by the truck.
Okay. I'm going to throw you down by one of the rat groups then. And that's, who's that?
Sala.
P1. All right. Let me just throw P1 there. Who's next? Or, well, no, take your turn, obviously, for God's sakes. You can go.
I want to see where everybody else is first. So
Sure. You hold.
Yeah.
Who's next?
That would be me. All right. Because of all my crazy successes while we were falling down, I'm going to say I landed on one of the ledges on the ground floor. So I want to be right next to the that is the priest.
The priest is on the purchase sector, isn't he? No, he isn't. Oh, God,
he's on the ground sector on like the ledge on the
perfect
on the edge of it. So I'll be right there.
You're P3. I'm going to put you on the P3 vertical zone. Bam.
Perfect. All right. And for my turn, okay. First of all, this is what he said. The previous session, I was walking around in full plate armor.
Yeah.
Because I activated my magical girl / Power Ranger transformation sequence into that.
Yeah.
And that's never gone away. This whole time, I'm walking around in full plate armor.
That makes sense to me.
So I'm still there. This Final Fantasy VII villain-looking person. But I'm going to immediately spend a mote to activate incomparable phantom form, so I can dodge without spending willpower.
God.
I'm immediately going to spend 2 motes to activate Elegant Tyrant's Majesty. So anyone who tries to attack me has to do a willpower roll to work up the nerve, or else bow their head in shame.
What's the difficulty? Or what's the difficulty?
8. So against
8.
my charisma and presence.
WP diff 8. Okay. Is that a simple action?
That's a reflex.
Oh, good. Good.
These have all been reflex so far.
Yep. Just
I'm immediately going to look at the priest who's... You see the one giving the sermon?
So the priest, let's describe this Sabbat bishop. So he is a man, a very old man for a vampire. He is dressed up in what looks like Vatican-esque robes, but they're covered in pauldrons and plate that looks like they're made of stone. It looks like he's a castle keep or a rook, like protecting his lower jaw and like his body with like armor on it. And yeah, he is giving out speeches and sermons while holding like a giant religious looking staff made of black and red stone.
All right. With those emotes spent, I immediately go into like my anima just starts blowing up. And do I see fear on his face? Just quickly confirming that.
So let's talk about the priest's power, just to let you know, because that is a very relevant question. So the priest has a power called Vinculum. all allied vampires ignore red fear as long as this vampire has health levels and is unstaggered. This is bolstering his natural fear as well. So no, he's fully convinced that God will see them through this.
I look at him, smile with my clearly vampiric fangs, and say, "This is going to be fun." And I go for the throat. I'm going to spend another mote to roll for an attack.
Doesn't that go above your limit?
What's the limit for
1 mote if you're not burning, 2 motes if you are.
Okay. In which case, I've only spent... Yeah, I spent 2 so far, so I can't really... yeah, you're right. I can't spend my excellency this turn. That's fine. I still have a roll with 10 dice to attack. That's going to be against
Priest
difficulty.
cuts ahead.
All right.
And attacks you.
Okay.
I think you still have to make a willpower roll, though.
The willpower roll to get you. Yeah, you're right. Willpower for the priest is a mighty 7. It's one of the highest ones in this fight. What's the difficulty? 8, you said?
For me, against my defense is 6. So
no, against your willpower roll, tyrant majesty.
Oh yes, yeah, 8. Yeah.
All right. Botch.
Ooh.
Well,
His turn ends. Continue with your turn, please.
Yeah, which, by the way, he can still defend against my attacks. It's just he's bowing his head in shame for his own cowardice. Yeah, sweet. Difficulty for his defense is, looking at it right now, 4. Okay.
Yeah, he's not meant for this.
That's 7 successes.
He thought he was built for this. He was not.
He will try to...
Actually, no. 1 subtract for this, it's 5 successes. Yeah.
To the hit? Well, damage?
5 successes to damage, to hit.
Well, damage time then. Roll it.
All right. I'm going for my teeth. So that's 3 plus 5 is 8 dice. And what's the difficulty there?
His soak is 5.
Okay. You sure it's 5 or is it 4? Because 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's teeny, but yeah, it's 5.
And that's 5 damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, you carve into him like a first contact day salmon, and he's going to take 5. He's down to 2 health levels. Staggering. Oh God, he's staggered. Oh my God, all those.
Now, also going into it, I attacked him with my teeth, so I get to inject him with my venom. Make him roll another willpower against difficulty 9. If he fails, he goes to sleep immediately. If he succeeds, he gets -3 dice exhaustion penalty.
2 successes.
So he gets a -3 dice exhaustion penalty. Wait, you got 2 successes against difficulty 9? Good for him.
It's a crazy day today.
And lastly, because he got staggered...
2? Or, penalty 2 or penalty 3?
Penalty 3.
Perfect. It's on the sheet now.
And because he's staggered, I just want to confirm one last thing. Okay, I can't spend any more motes, so I can't hurt him even more for this. So yeah, no. It's... actually... Yeah, that's it. That's the end of my turn.
That's you. I'll flip you over to have gone. And now an NPC gets to go because the PC took a full turn. Fuck me. All right. So, Buck Ogre, the gargoyle, it's going to charge down... Oh, I didn't let you place yourselves yet. Well, it's going to charge down the only guy who landed or is theoretically in the area. So... yeah, it can make you.
Okay. I'm going to reflexively spend 1 mote for Dipping Swallow's defense to increase my defense by 2. And I ignore the heavy quality of attacks directed to me.
That's for the best. I'm going to mark this guy as having gone because it is going to be that kind of day of juggling. He gets to roll 6 dice against... What's your defense again?
Currently 10.
Oh, my God.
It maxes out at 9, you said, right?
Yeah. Just give me the full number, though. I need to know the full number for penalties.
Oh.
Yeah, it does max out at 9. You're all right. I just need to know the number that goes above 9, though, for many reasons. Jesus Christ. All right, it's going to suffer 2 damage to increase. No, don't do that, Devin. Hit first. Idiot. Okay, well, 9, you said?
Yes. Well, 10, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, 0 successes. All right, that's me. He has a trick. Nihilistic Fervor. He's going to take an egg to re-roll that and not spend my momentum because I have a feeling this guy is not going to be doing so hot in a few moments. So let's do that one more time. 1 success. I hit you. You're a dead man.
Okay.
Is he, though?
I hope so. All right. Now he'll take 2 damage to up the damage by 4. So, my boy... Oh, God, it was difficulty reduced by 1 because you have overwhelming. But you had 10, so it made it 9. Haha, I counted that. So 11, what is your soak?
Currently 7.
You could dodge.
Do you dodge? Wait, you can know the damage roll first, can't you?
You can know the
I will
dodging.
spend
You know the.
I will spend
hits.
a willpower and dodge.
Oh, well, you only got 1 success, so that ends that interaction. It is now over. All right, who's next?
I think that makes it my turn.
Yeah, where do you land?
Yeah, nothing. I will land in this blank space to the bottom left.
I see it.
There.
I see that blank space. I'm going to put you there.
Wonderful. So, let's get going. Now, because these are largely creatures of darkness, and they are absolutely threatening one of my intimacies that I am citing, which is my circle mates.
Yeah, that's happening.
I am going to activate Divine Executioner stance reflexively for free, which makes my attacks aggravated and increases all of the base damage by +3, and I get motes if I kill things. Well, the things that are threatening my intimacy. But
that's not excellent for me.
I think it's excellent. I mean, we can agree to disagree on that.
Yeah.
Then I will... Well, Noah will yell out to the dematerialized blood ape that fell right next to him to kill all of those vampire things and such. And the demon will know what that means how to tell who's who because they follow the spirit of the command.
On the blood ape's turn, it will materialize.
Right.
He's a very stealthy gorilla.
Well, he's been dematerialized. He's literally been invisible and intangible like a wraith the whole time.
Anyone with spirit
stealth
would not have found him subtle, but
yeah.
And then finally, I will go ahead and burn an excellency and start casting Flight of the Brilliant Raptor because there are so many things here that need to be raptored.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So many.
Every day is a good day for Flight of the Brilliant Raptor.
Yeah,
All right,
here we go.
Cross fingers for getting in 1, which is unlikely for even on 20 dice, but nope, only 9 successes, unfortunately. All right, so burn the mode, burn the willpower.
You like
and I need someplace to write my successes. Anyway, that's my turn.
Alrighty, I've marked off your turn, so an NPC gets to go. Oh my god, the light cavalry motorcycle is going to move into your zone to kill you.
Kill me?
Yeah.
All right. I guess then I will activate Shadow over Water, which gives me +1 defense, +1 dodge.
What is your defense?
I believe that takes it to... No, that would be +1, -1. So I'm still at 8, unfortunately.
8? Unfortunately? Yep. All right, the roar of an engine, the crash of steel, a vampire with a lance on a motorcycle is screaming towards you as you ignite your anima and start collecting the essence of the ley lights around you to do something really awful, and he's going to try and murder you over it. 2 successes.
All right. God, I don't have the willpower to be dodging, but I should really dodge that because my soak is awful.
I mean, you're not prone, so you won't be taking so much damage. Also, ever sniffling? Mute your mic before you're talking, just so it's not in the background.
Right. I'm going to dodge. My
Damn your
dodge
eyes.
is 8, so
Yeah, well, okay, that's the end of that then. Agile Lancer has gone. Who is up next, Captain Craig?
That'd be me. Yeah. Okay. I'll land in the square next to P4.
Now, remember, by square, that's an entire zone. You could land in the same zone if you guys
Okay,
want.
sure.
These are zones. You want to all be in them to be able to use defensive powers.
Right. Okay, sure. I'll be in that same one then.
Okay. Let me just put you in there.
I played enough played enough brawler games. I know how this works. I'm going to do a flying kick at the guy on the motorcycle. Actually, I make that a flying slash. I do have a sword.
Perfect. Kill this guy.
Okay, so let me check my stats. Did not plan ahead too well, so okay, that's 10 dice. Okay, and you said ones do subtract on focus skills, right?
That's right. Only your cast.
All right. Let's see. 6 successes.
Oh my god. So yes, you have hit him with your attack. You only needed 1.
Oh, well, awesome.
His defense was, 7, so it damage. His soak is 6.
Mm-hmm. Okay, roll damage now. So that's 6 plus 7, I believe.
All right, that's everything spent.
Oh, what's the soak you said? 6?
Soak 6.
All right. 7 successes.
Down he goes. What do we got for resolve? He's already lost that. I can't afford that just yet. All right, light cavalry. You knock him off his horse, and he crucifies into a piece of steel nearby.
Perfect.
It's beginning.
Sweets for the sweet.
All right, so that was you. Enemy's turn. All right, I gotta turn this around real fast. You guys are not being punished enough. The Grenadiers will go. Yes. All right. A Grenadier's going to target you, Arbane.
All right.
With it's webbing. They're going to web you, but it's like a bomb that's like full of like sticky like tar substances to hold you down.
Right. I can still dodge like normal though, right?
Yeah, it's just an attack.
Okay.
So I'm just going to roll that real quick. Grenadier, he'll roll 8 dice. What's your defense?
8.
Shoot. 3 successes.
Uh-oh. So it just tangles me up, not a...
It's not an attack. What it does is you get a -2 die penalty to all actions per time you get hit by this until you make a simple action, like use a turn, to break free. And now you can't leave this zone.
Oh, great. Also, my dodge is only 2, so I can't dodge it.
ooh.
So I guess I'm webbed up till I spend a turn getting loose.
Yeah, a barrel full of goo falls down you and explodes from above. Like alchemical concoctions.
Oh, someone's been playing D&D. Tanglefoot bag.
All right. Panda.
Wrong, though.
Where do you land?
And I'm definitely having a bit of trouble parsing out where everyone is on the map. Okay, there we are. Guess I'll land next to Sabbat dude's still.
That guy's no longer alive.
It's still up, right?
The priest, yes, the priest is still alive with his 2 or 3 health levels.
Okay, so he's fucked.
He was absolutely staggered by my attack, though, right?
Yeah, he's in crash right now.
Right. What's group?
What does that do exactly?
I don't remember, but all his powers turn off, which was a big deal for this fight.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's
Especially because he has
gargoyle.
a lot of command stuff going on.
Yeah, he did.
Right,
He did
so
have a lot of
Akashic was the one who just got webbed, or...
P5 just got webbed in the lower left-hand corner.
Right, there we are. Okay.
Do you want to drop down where P4 and 5 are?
Considering it, but also P1's right next to like a battle group of rats and gargoyles, so maybe best not to
Fair.
leave him alone.
All right. You drop in by the rat swarm, which covers 6 zones of this map, by the way. Yeah, so you land, and yeah, there is a giant gargoyle-looking vampire monster and rats everywhere. I said rats, it's vermin. Like, it's rats, raccoons, possums, mice, snakes, bats. Whatever is vermin is just crawling out here trying to murder you.
Man, I
We
feel
get out
a
of this
lot
alive
worse
or-
about this. I'd feel a lot worse about this if it wasn't vampires involved, and at that point it's... Okay, so these are creatures of darkness, and it's fucking vampires, which goes against one of my intimacies, so...
Yeah.
Divine Executioner stance, and flow like blood.
What are you targeting?
Gonna slap the gargoyle.
Go for it. He has defense 7.
Come on, where is it? I know I've got it. Where is... God, I need to do a better job of separating these out. There it is. All right, and also gonna flare anima and pop fire and stone strike to go with this.
Okay.
So just this shout of... Okay, sorry. You said defense is 7, right?
Yep.
Okay, defense is 7. So, and I've got 10 dice on this. So here goes. Oof, 2.
Still a hit.
Good thing I popped fire and stones, I guess. All right, so damage would be okay. So
Your successes plus your weapon and all your other tricks. His soak is 7.
okay, so damage is 3. So okay, base damage on unarmed is 3. Then successes, that adds 2. Then the fire and stone strike, that adds highest of strength, dexterity, or ability to use. Okay, so that adds 5.
Oh.
So that's 10 total, and then Divine Executioner stance active. So that's all right. That's another 3.
Have you gone over, I'm going to say 10 health levels of damage?
Yes.
Like, are these health levels of damage, or are these...
No.
dice
This
you
is
haven't rolled yet?
this is the base damage.
Oh, you haven't rolled yet. Okay. I thought this was
Yeah, no.
just the damage number. I'm like, at a certain point, it becomes redundant.
Yeah, no. I'm just this isn't. I don't think
Yeah.
these are adding health levels. These are adding base damage.
Yeah, I got you.
Right.
Oh, hey, I got 2 momentum from
And
those
that's
guys you murdered.
13, and this is aggravated -1
Oh.
because
lowers
Divine
the-
Executioner stance.
Yeah, no, that means his soak is 6.
13 at diff 6. 6.
6 damage?
Yep.
Yeah, and he can't do anything about that. My God. Okay, well, that's all but one of... Oh, no, that's all his health. That's the end of him.
Okay, so it's just he goes, God damn vampires, and just fucking knocks his
What's your
block
weapon?
off.
Your hand?
Yes,
The
with my bare
karate brick
hands.
breaking trick.
With
Yeah,
my bare hands.
you strike this thing in its mass, and it falls to dust. Like, just falls backwards on the wind into dust.
And Anima active and Divine Executioner stand, so presumably my hands just lit up like the fucking sun, along with the rest of me.
Yeah. I'm going to be making willpower rolls in the background at some point. Not yet, though, because I'm not breaking the flow for that.
Yeah.
Nice shot, JoJo.
Yeah. Hey, I got more momentum out of that, though.
Yeah, but I got a mode out of that.
It's good.
And you get to increase one of your defense stats. We got to remember that. We're going to need it this fight.
Y'all
I
want
do.
that.
Actually, yeah, that's for sure.
Okay. Everyone has landed now, Sala. What are you doing?
Okay, so first off, I'm going to use a swift action to activate the unassailable guardian posture to protect an ally as a swift action. So his defense goes up by my block.
Wow.
Which is that would be Panda's character.
Perfect.
So his defense goes up by 6.
So 9, but give me the real number when it comes to rolling for sure. This is going to be a long
Wait, so
day.
just to double check, I gained a dodge from that, or a defense, or what?
You gain a dodge.
Okay,
yeah, you get to choose dodge or block.
and I'm picking dodge.
So just to double check here, Panda, what's your defense right now?
Currently 7.
So 13.
I think. Wait. Yeah.
Right? That's about right. It's been raised to 13 at this point.
7.
It'll go up to 13.
Okay. Just be sure to tell me 13 when that comes up, because I have things like the Buck Ogre has overwhelm and stuff, so I got to keep that
let me
all
just
in my head.
put that in brackets.
Yeah, that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Also, no one has their staggers up, but I don't know if that's going to matter. So that...
I do.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah,
That is a swift action.
right?
So I'm going to start going glowing, and I'm also going to activate fivefold bulwark stance, which means I don't have to spend willpower to block until the end of scene, or I'm staggered.
Shocking. All right.
And then I'm going to start smashing the rats.
Go for it. They are rats.
Okay. And
Their defense is 5.
And not the cute kind of rat either.
Okay, so I just start smashing with my mallet. I hit 7 successes to hit.
Soak 7.
Okay, so that's 7.
The most high stakes game of whack-a-mole ever.
Oh yeah.
I was tempted to have the rats cut ahead to just start trying to kill you, but I'm not interrupting the roll for that.
But I only deal 3 damage.
That's half of their health.
Yeah.
All right. You cleave your way through this nest of vermin that's just coating the floor of this place.
Mm.
And with that, we cut to the Blood Ape.
Hooray.
Monkey.
So, Blood Ape, what do you got for me, boy? Materialize, 2 willpower and a simple action, and he comes in at the end of the round. All right. Where are your willpower? I'm assuming it's right here. Yeah, all right. I'll assume you had 4, so you're at 2. Okay, Blood Ape is materializing. He just has to do the thing. But hey, he didn't have to take that hazard for falling.
Yeah.
All right. I have to do some logistics here real quick. It's not pretty from my end.
When you have that many enemies in a single fight, yeah, there's a lot of math going on.
I made a mistake. I definitely made a mistake putting these many enemies in. I don't know why I did this to myself. Is the Sabbat priest... Right? The Sabbat priest is still alive, right? You didn't finish him?
Yeah. Yeah, but he's staggered, and he's taking. I think he took the wound from being staggered and the wound from being poisoned. So,
okay.
Yeah, you definitely added too many, and we already killed like 5 things here.
I wanted to see if you could kill 100 good men, like soldier-wise, not moral-wise. They're soldiers.
Well, they're vampires, so they're still not good men either way.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So, heavy cavalry is going to go, and where are you, heavy cavalry? I can't believe I have a map. Holden, I have a map for this, so, appreciate that. Someone is eating. Mute your mic.
Sorry.
Not me.
DLNC. Where did he go? Did I misplace him? Did I misplace an entire vampire? No, he's up here. Okay, so he will move. one zone that. Oh, no, he can do 2 because he's mounted, and he will move into your zone on a charge. All right. He is going to charge the person who's been Spider-Man'd.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. What is your defense?
Defense. 8.
All right. 6 versus 8. What do we got? 3 successes. Nice.
Drat.
I actually get successes sometimes. Okay, so he is now moving on to the damage phase, so that's 10 damage altogether. Does he have
I'm going to dodge.
Damn.
Sorry, I don't want to get hit.
Yeah, he would have actually dragged you away from the rest of the party, too. Like, he would have kidnapped you. That's his power. Well, you dodge, and that ends his threat for the moment. Alrighty.
His power is being the victim of a Liam Neeson movie.
Yeah, he has a cool suite of that I took from a dire rock. Where is the other buck ogre? Where did I put you? He can just move straight south. He's going to move right into your zone and come for you. So P1 and P7. P1 just killed a dude. P7 has a shield. Do you hit the guy with the shield so you can get the guy with the hands later? Or you try to kill the guy with the hands and hope the shield guy is only a shield guy? I'm going for Panda.
You can come at me as well if
P1
you want.
and P7 is us.
Yeah, that's you, Panda.
Yeah, I don't have a shield.
You don't.
I do.
Hands. The shield guy has a shield beside you, giving you 13 defense.
Yeah.
He's going to try and... What's your defense, just off the top of your head, Sal?
Mine is 10.
It wouldn't matter anyway. Okay, cool. He's going to try and hit you, Panda.
Yeah, let's see how that turns out for him.
It's not going to go great for him, I can tell you that right now. Your defense is clearly 9. 2 successes. What is happening today? Did Peter modify the dice roller? It's working for me now.
Yeah, excuse me, but no, dodge.
That's a
Down to
smart
6.
idea. The buck ogres have damage powers, and you do not want to be tagged by them. You'll be it. Who do I got left? I have a grenadier, and I got the priest is just... I'm not taking an action for the priest. He's staggered. No, he can't. He's staggered. So I'll just say yes to that.
Plus, he already spent his turn this round.
Oh, yeah, he could have had.
Right.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. He just failed horribly when facing the might that is the Abyssals with that one charm.
Yeah, he didn't really plan that through at all. Where is PLDR? Where did I place him? PLDR is right next to the captain and Falco? Yeah. Yep. All right. The pack leader is going to see what the sorcerer is up to and valiantly try to stab the unarmed combatant. Oh, hey, and the Dire Knights here, too. They can team up.
Oh, I don't appreciate that.
Pack leader, what do you have? What did I give you? Are you cool? You're a cool guy, right, pack leader? Champion, oh my god, you should be in a group. Why aren't you in a group? I hate that you're not in a group. You should have been in a group. He's going to spend a momentum to give him 1 additional turn at the end of this round. He's going to take it after everyone else. So that vampire in plate mail comes on up and takes that chainsaw, and he's going to chainsaw into you, sorcerer. The sorcerer's natural predator, the chainsaw.
Really, that's everyone's natural predator, but it's only the sorcerers who complain about it, as is traditional for casters.
Right? What's your defense?
8.
0 successes. I'm going to find out that 8 isn't so great. So that's him for now. He gets another turn. It'll come up later. Elite Trooper, what can you do? You should be in a battle group. Oh, you do that. Can you make it in time? Elite Trooper, where did I put you on this field? What a nightmare. Who does this for a normal game?
Apparently you. Just to double check, momentum's the GM only resource, right?
It's only mine.
Right.
And I get it every time you kill.
Right.
And I haven't had a lot of chances to spend it because you've just been obliterating them so hard it's not even worth saving them. Okay. The hero's going to come in and target the only people who can target P1 and P7, Akashic and Panda.
Everyone's ganging up on you two.
Yeah, the battle
Me
groups
again, bitch.
the battle groups are naturally going to coalesce all around you guys in hopes of I broke it. In hopes of killing you. This was always the plan. Hero, what do you got for me, Hero? Hero can. The group gets size +1 when acting alongside the hero. Yes. And this guy gets overwhelming based on the number of times you've been attacked. Twice. So, oh my god, the overwhelm value is equal to its size. Oh, that's much more, but the rats haven't got a turn to attack it. The elite trooper isn't going to move yet. He's going to delay his action until the rats get to go. He's going to bravely delay his action. All right. It is now the rat's turn. They are going to attack the zone that Akashic and Panda are in. They can attack any zone that they exist in. So they're going to attack you guys both at the same time. 2 for 1. Their attack roll is 6. Come on, rats. All right. Panda, what's your defense?
Still 9, I think.
Fuck. 0 successes. Akashic, what's your defense, Salah?
9.
Also
10.
9. Right. Super low, as in -2. Yikes.
Is that a bot?
Yeah, but there's no rules for botches, and if I do the thing I was doing, people get mad at me. I'm joking, by the way. But yeah, no, he botched, so that's it for the rats. They got nothing on you guys.
Well, they're rats, so makes sense.
Well, the rats had size 3, which means if they hit either of you, you now have overwhelming 3 against you, lowering your defense by 3 when the hero goes in. I could theoretically whittle your defense down and kill you.
He put me up to 13, so...
Theoretically, I could whittle you down. I said theoretically, not in practice.
Over time, that is.
Yeah,
if you were to stay still and not run away.
Yeah, I would stack it over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Feed me more moats, then.
The dog group is going to move itself, so it's in P4 and P5, and also like it does like a swing around. Okay, don't give me a lot of hustle.
Dog? Oh, there's a dog.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about the dog. It's like Judy in Twin Peaks. We don't need to talk about the dogs. So they only can do a simple action to reposition themselves, unless they have a power to not have to do that. Did I give them that? Did I do that? No, I can't do that. So that's the dog's turn. They repositioned to try and blender you guys in the future. The vampire swarm. Who is where? Where is the vampire swarm? Vamp. You guys are nowhere near the vampire swarm. They only have altered beast. That doesn't really help them do anything I want them to do. They will take their simple action to move themselves where P1 and P7 are. So I'm just going to make this quick adjustment so it shows up on the sheet. I probably left a rat behind too, but like
the one to your left, maybe.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'm missing. So rats, I think, have to go down to be one contiguous rat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Well, they repositioned. You now have the swarm of vampires crawling over you. The night has become today. All right. And now it is finally time for the firing squad up top, the fire teams.
Oh, boy.
They open fire with a hail of bullets on you people, you awful people. You know what? On P1 and P7. Yeah. No. The Abyssal. He has to die.
Yes. They have to roll willpower first before they can do anything to me.
Oh, fuck every part of that. P1 and P7 it is. Nope, just going to pull those guns right away from there. Not happening.
The real power of that charm.
Fuck every part of that roll.
I'm too inconvenient to attack. Which is funny because I also have the lowest defense out of everyone here.
Hang on, let me check what dot rating that is for the Zenith set.
All right.
It's a 3-dot charm.
I'm just going to do 6 versus 9 on Panda and Sala. 1 on Panda and a -1 a botch on Sala. So Panda, you got hit for 1 from guns. They're bows, but like you got hit for 1. What do you want to do here?
Like 1 damage or
No, like I hit you. Are you going to dodge? Do you want to? I'm going to start rolling down.
sure, I guess.
Okay, that sounds about right. All right, that's the end of the firing squad's ability to do anything. Leaving
Can the one that botched maybe hit one of its allies? It is a target-rich environment.
Oh no, it's hit. I meant to describe this. No, it's hitting everyone in this zone. Rats, vermin, the vampire swarm of ghouls and vampires, human beings' heads are blowing open from the shrapnel. No, they're hitting everyone. Vampires just don't give a single fuck about this. They set this up ahead of time. They thought this through. Only the people would die, and the rats, and maybe the dogs. But there are no dogs in that zone, so we're good. So, a hail of gunfire hits your entire zone. And finally, my last one guy before I go into extra turns.
Thanks for the friendly fire, I guess.
Yeah, okay. The Grenadier is going to attack P1 and P7.
God, you really want us. You really want our ass.
I need to kill you guys. I have to prove that mortals are a threat.
These aren't mortals, though.
I have to prove that normal mortals, your everyday mortal, is a threat to Exalt in some capacity.
This is a
normal
battle
men.
With vampires. What do you mean normal?
Normal men. All right. So the Grenadier is funny because I also thought of, well, how would a Molotov grenade sticky bomb guy work? He's sticking on the ceiling, and what they did for the last 2 weeks was make satchels full of nail bombs, because the nail bombs would only hurt living people and just stick it to the vampires. It wouldn't even phase them.
I figured nails would make movement hell.
I mean, if you're not wearing a shoe, yeah. Nail bomb to your face.
It sounds wrong, but I don't know if about vampires to argue it.
No successes.
Nice bomb, idiot.
So we were attacked by 2 gargoyles, a swarm of rats.
We're not done attacking
gargoyle.
You yet.
Oh, yeah.
Just one gargoyle. The first one died before it could attack.
So I got the pack leader and the common hero on tap. Wait, the pack leader already went. He tried to attack the wizard, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That failed as fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did I not have him checked off then? Devin, what did you do? Pack
Well, you are juggling
use
like
celerity.
Fucking how many are we at this point?
Well, he had celerity, so like he used it. It just comes up after this next thing where the elite hero will move into your zone. Pack tactics means overwhelming comes into play. Okay, this is my moment. So, where are you, common hero? Okay, common hero. So, Panda, you were hit by the firing squad. How many guys was Panda hit by?
Like actually landing?
Like an attack was made at you.
Oh, excellent
3.
question. 3?
3? Okay. So and I get, and what was any of those a group? Were those the rats? Did the rats attack?
The rats were the group, but I think they botched.
Yeah, but they attacked.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a lot to keep track of here. Okay, so I get that.
Why did you do this to yourself?
I know, right? So I get -5 off your defense. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Fuck you, 8. Haha.
All right, let's see how
Common hero rolls 7 against 8. Not perfect. A fallible man. A mortal might slay you. -1. He botched. He loses his weapon.
Oh man! And I didn't even have, and I couldn't even spend any more motes. So like, I had dipping swallow defense.
Okay.
I had dipping swallow defense. I could have. Well, I couldn't use it this turn, but I can pop it next turn.
The pack leader tries to kill the wizard again with his celerity attack.
Still 8 for defense.
And he's still not great at this. With 6 dice.
Wait, doesn't he need to make willpower roll?
No, this isn't an abyssal.
Oh, right.
What's your defense? Still 8? Still 8? It's 8? All right. 3 successes.
Ooh,
Aha, no
I'm
one's
getting
ever
low on
killed a
willpower.
wizard in a game.
I'm getting low on willpower. I'm going to dodge anyway.
Oh, well, that ends that transaction then. We have come to the end of round 1 and move into round 2.
Okay.
So, like,
Just to
what
summarize,
refreshes
what
then?
died exactly this round? It was
I will summarize
gargoyle.
a lot.
The gargoyle
So,
got chopped in half. The agile
killed-
lancer got blown away. The berserker wolf died, and the lancer hero died. And it
No,
looks like
they were never used. I just never took them out of my toy box because I
Oh.
thought you guys might have a problem if I put too many guys in. So, egg on my
Well,
face.
Sounds like you're the one with the problem, really.
I mean, he's already having a problem with how many people he's put in already.
I have to make sure we know. We have to know if mortals can kill exalts, guys. This is science.
I mean, I'm getting low on resources, so.
That's right. Soon you'll fall to the normal blades of man.
Unless I blow them all up.
Really, you're sounding a little obsessed here.
It's fun. There's people on the Exalted who are like, oh, mortals could never do it. Then there's people like, mortals could. An entire mortal could always kill an Exalt. Exalts are just one gut wound away from being dead, bro. And it's like, let's find out. The deck is stacked pretty balanced considering my inability to handle this tactically next to the buffs they've all gotten. It's about a wash. So you may all proceed.
Why don't we do the spell casting first?
Oh, that'd be so wizard if you Flight of the Brilliant raptured away all my resources.
Yeah. So, the most ideal places to... Well, first let's roll and see if I cast it. I mean, I probably will, but that's also a famous last word. So,
Right.
let's see.
Oh, by the way,
Excellency, no one. 11 successes gets me 20. I am good to cast. So, my options here are to either move away from this square and then blow it up, or, I mean, technically I could aim at a bunch of groups who I don't want to aim at, or, if I'm wanting to hit characters, I could aim over at P1 and P7. How do you guys feel about avoiding 3 damage hazards in exchange for probably nuking one of the good characters there?
It would kill the vampires, the rats, and probably the berserker, and probably the cultural hero if they roll like I roll.
Right.
I'm okay with it.
fuck it, why not?
Your defense is so high anyway.
All right. So either way, first, technically, I think... can I edit? I don't. Either way, I'm going to move to the southeast of that square.
I will move you like a miniature on a map in a store
Remember
that
the
sells
legends
overpriced
of-
Mountain Dew.
Remember the legends of
And then-
wizards casting fireballs.
Right?
Let's see. Who's better, the hero or... Actually, let's be bat. Berserker. Berserker with a bat. The hero's better than the berserker, right?
These guys here, where P1 and P7 are in the same zone as all those guys.
Oh,
So
no,
I use the
so
bottom
the
for you
pigs-
guys, and the top. I use the bottom for heroes and the top for antagonists because my mind is melting from this.
Okay.
Oh, the
Honestly, it's
berserker-
much more convenient that way. Yeah.
yeah,
the
it
berserker
definitely
is
is.
basically a buck ogre. I think I want him gone. So I
You
think I'm
have
gonna aim at
you have
the
two
berserker.
battle groups and 2 heroes in the zone P1 and P7 are in. If you
Right,
play the
but I
brilliant
aim at one specific thing, and then if I stagger them,
Oh.
everything in there gets burned.
Okay,
is
okay.
why
In that case, I think the cultural hero's worse than the buck ogre.
Okay. Like worse isn't worse for us.
I think worse for them. Like, what does he have to
Okay.
roll? Who has to roll what here? What has to happen?
I'm basically making an attack to start with.
All right. Well, his defense is the same, but his soak is lower.
Okay. I'm going to go for the quote-unquote buck ogre berserker. Because it's sounding like I need
Oh,
to...
they have the same stagger. It doesn't matter. Yeah, fuck this guy up.
Okay, so...
Should have put him in plate mail.
Let's type those dice in. Defense was 7, you said?
That's right.
Defense is 7.
Should have put all these guys in plate mail. Should have given them all shields.
Is a 6 success attack.
Okay,
so,
his soak is 7. Is this fire-based? Because it's an aggravated -2 if it's fire-based.
Oh,
against
that
this
makes
guy.
it a total of aggravated and -3.
Because they're Canaanites.
Right. So,
Okay, it's kindling.
Yeah,
So
egg
his
native 2
soak-
quality.
So his soak is 7 to start, so it becomes 4 after their 2 and my 1.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right.
So let's see. So I rolled 6 successes, add on 9 for the spell, and 3 more for whatever charms stance thingy. What's called Divine Executioner stance. So 18 dice. Unfortunately, ones do subtract on damage. So fingers crossed. Does 13 nuke him?
Yeah, they all only have 7 health levels. The person with the most health levels here is the Blood Ape, which is overkill. Person who brought a Blood Ape. That's you.
no
You
idea
brought
who
the Blood Ape.
You
Well, at least I didn't
haunted
bring
me
my.
and said, "I will give you a free casting of it for this upcoming con."
Yeah, and if I'm like, hey, here's some heroin, don't do it.
At least I didn't. Well, at least I didn't bring my familiar into it.
Have you met
Right?
sorcerers? You can't give them magical heroin.
So the Buck Ogre dies.
Yes, he erupts into all of the fire, and
Could
all of
you
that fire.
educate me and the audience on what might happen next, seeing as you're the academic here?
So that entire zone is now a bonfire hazard.
That's not great.
So, which by the core rules is so basically every time anyone in that zone starts their turn, they need to make the ongoing hazard roll.
Yeah, I got the bonfire rules kind of at the bottom.
Yep, and groups have a -3 against hazards.
Yeah, they do.
To their
That's the best. So does everyone in there get attacked, or is the bonfire just there now?
It's there. Anyone who's in that zone when their turn starts is
Oh, thank God. When
is
their
in
turn
the
starts.
fire.
Excellent. I love it.
So,
Well,
I don't know if
that
you
was
wanna
your
make that sound
turn.
familiar or what.
I gotta delete that berserker. One sec, guys. There's so much for me to manage. Oh God, the vampires were there too.
God, we've killed so many things.
Oh, and I get a moat back because I
Like
killed a
one
thing
of
that
these
was
vampires, if they were written up properly, would be a huge threat in like a World of Darkness campaign and a pretty big threat in a vampire campaign. Just saying. Some of these people are like, not elders, but like some of them were.
I mean, in fairness, I'm putting kindling with fire.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let the common hero go and see if he survives.
One
Difficulty
thing.
for bonfire. 7. Fuck. Is it difficulty 7, or do you have a special bonfire, or is it just stock bonfire?
How does aggravated affect hazards?
-2 soak.
Right, but there's no soak involved in hazards. There's your roll, so I guess
Probably -2 dice penalty.
Okay, so it'd be -3 in total because I have aggravated on my own -1, and they combine. And yeah.
All right. Well,
This is about to be really bad, isn't it?
4 dice versus 7. 1 subtract. Botch. Okay. Now, how much damage was that again?
It's 3 damage by default.
That's significant. Remember, people only have 7 health levels. You psychos. Okay, well, he used to be the hero guy, and now he's the stop, please help, it burns guy.
So I guess he got Anakin'd.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he still gets to go. Oh, no, you killed the priest. They have to red fear. Everyone has to red fear. There's so many red fears I have to roll now.
You already had to roll red fears from how many animals have gone off this round?
No, that's sunlight. That's different. Okay. What do I got? Wait, he took damage. Damage does something in the... Oh, it crashes people. But it didn't crash him because he only took 3.
The big oofus.
Nice.
Seems.
Nice. All right. Willpower. 5 dice versus difficulty. Oh, no, it's only when you take a wound. And he didn't take a wound. Did he take a wound? You only take a wound if you stagger, right? You only take a wound if you stagger, right?
Yeah.
No wound. Fuck you guys.
That makes sense.
Shame.
Oh, wait, no, I'm reading the wrong rule. That was Red Rage. This is Red Fear. Willpower against difficulty 9, baby.
Let's see how that turns out for him.
Yeah, guys, I'm all over the place. I got to read so many things. 5 dice versus difficulty 9 to not just fucking lose it.
I'm not looking forward. I don't think this is going to go well for him.
I will spend one of my 19 momentum. Oh, I got more momentum because you killed people. I will spend my 19 momentum and go back up to 19 to gain momentum from the Buck Ogre. And he will re-roll. Botch. So that's him. He's going to run. I'm just going to cross him out. You can kill him later in a cutscene. We don't need to talk about it anymore because we have so many more things to focus on today.
Yes. What was that about the common man?
Do I get the moat for it? Is the question.
The con man?
No, common man.
Yeah, common man is not doing well against wizards.
Do I get the moat for him?
What are the circumstances of this?
If I kill, so I guess not.
Or if you take him out?
I believe it's actually no.
Incapacitate.
Okay,
So
this counts as incapacitating. He's on fire. He's going to burn to death because he's not thinking straight, and he's going to just not treat himself in time. You killed him.
Yeah, it's incapacitate or kill, and you gain the moat.
Yeah, and I gain a momentum. Back up to 19. I have so much power in this combat.
One dot out of affinity.
Does Noah get willpower for any of that off of one of his intimacies, maybe?
Yeah. Remember, guys, you got to bring up your willpower and your intimacies to me so I can give you willpower. And
I
guess
guess since I was protecting an intimacy.
Yeah,
that's good. I would love
willpower, and you get willpower. So
I like to point out that last game with that fireball spell, it didn't do much because it didn't stagger the zombie. But the moment you stagger them, that's when it explodes and does all that wonderful hazard damage.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Zombies are stupidly tough.
Oh, I was using ravenous, hungry ghosts and calling them zombies because, like, I figured a battle group size 4, which is like 10,000 zombies, would be interesting for you guys to fight, and you guys killed them all. You killed them all.
Wait, when did we kill that?
Oh, last session I was playing some stuff up. So let's see what we got here. He didn't take a turn. So I'm going to take another turn. I earned it.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, it's my birthright. And I'm going to see what I can scare up from the realm of man.
Claim it like a trust fund, child.
You have the priest who's staggered.
No, he's not staggered anymore now. But
he was because he spent his turn, and then he spent his turn being like failing to attack me, and then he got staggered, so he's still staggered right now.
Don't you unstagger at the start of a new turn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Just want to be sure. Okay. Who do I got? I have fucking no one. That's who.
One of the mobs?
Oh, no, the hero. The motherfucking hero. Yes, cultural hero for the win. The Sabbat pack leader.
Burning to death?
No, I have 2 heroes out.
Wait, where the hell's the other one?
The Sabbat pack leader comes to the rescue. He has to roll against fire, though. One moment. So
and he rolls at a -2.
Is it -2? Is there more from it?
You said it was -2 ag if it was fire?
Yeah, but wasn't there another -1 egg in play?
Yes. So
okay, -3. 3 dice. What's the difficulty? 7? We said 7? I said 7.
7.
All right, I'm going to have to botch.
Yes.
I'm going to spend one of my 19 momentum. Botch. How much damage do I take?
It's just 3, but
that's whatever. Oh, I got to roll against fear though.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Being a vampire sounds so nice until you look at all the downsides.
They get a lot of cool powers. None of them spent for blood. I didn't spend momentum on blood when they were hitting damage. You knew those rare times they were trying to do that.
Yeah, because so many need powers, but you can't be rid of your biggest weaknesses because you need blood, so you need humans.
All right. Difficulty. Botch.
So
why? Look.
That's another moat for me.
You're rolling so many botches.
So he is taken out of the fight. You killed him. I'm going to go back up to 19 momentum because I can't give this shit away. Okay.
God, this fight went from tense to farcical pretty quick.
I mean, I don't know what they thought their plan was, but they thought they had a pretty good plan, and it was a pretty good plan. It would have worked perfectly if you were anyone else.
Perfectly against anything other than
we put the guy with
demigod heroes of old.
Yeah.
Anything other than
we put the guy with fire in the middle of all our guys weak to fire.
I honestly thought if I harassed the wizard enough, you wouldn't be able to get your spell off, and then I could just start like corkscrew driving you guys down.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you just need to take me out to stop the spell.
Yeah, I was kind of vague on how that worked.
In fairness, this would probably be a TPK for this would definitely be a TPK for a vampire group. It would probably.
Oh yeah.
This is every combat capable Sabbat in town.
This would probably ruin the day of a werewolf group or an unprepared group of mages, but
I
guess
mean, a fraction of this would ruin the day of a group of unprepared mages, but the werewolves, yeah, they'd also be in a big trouble.
yeah.
I mean, if the mages are unprepared, the vamp group alone would do it.
Unprepared, no. Underprepared, they'd definitely have. They'd still have a lot of trouble with this.
Oh, he's on the wrong side. I put this guy in the
Honestly,
wrong area
prepared,
twice.
they might still have some trouble with this if they weren't. If preparation was just nuking this whole thing.
I'm going to go again because I haven't got a turn yet. The dire lancer on the motorcycle with the meat hook is going to try and kill P5, who is still stickied to the floor last I checked because no one bothered to stop that.
Wait, if he's going to try and drag me away, does that mean he has to beat that stuff too?
No, because don't ask any more questions. Here we go. It doesn't say that, so I have no fucking idea, and I'm running on fumes here with my resources somehow. Wait,
What do you
they
mean
flip
you're
out.
running on fumes? You have 19 momentum.
Yeah, I know. It's a mystery. Okay. What? Okay, Dire Lancer, what do you got for me, boy? You got nothing. What's your essence? 2. Yes, +2 to every roll. All right, 8 dice to attack you, Sea Captain. What is your defense?
Since age.
That's challenging but doable.
Is it?
0
Well, we'll
successes,
see.
but not a botch.
Well, I know what I'm doing on my turn then. Can I go now?
You may go. I didn't get a single turn yet, but I'll just take a moment and I'll go after you go.
Oh, I thought that was his turn.
Oh, hey, I attacked. That worked. I attacked. I
Yeah.
did take an action. Hooray! All right, yeah, no, I'm more
Now
upbeat.
so now it's
Oh, he's
P1
gonna-
Sala, or
He throws a grab to the
I believe it's my turn.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Or Sea
Uh,
Captain? Wait, who is
yeah.
Falcos? Oh, yeah, remember, we have the order here. We have the order
Yeah.
we're going.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only went first because everyone said, let's throw a fireball.
yeah.
Right.
But did you already go by throwing the fireball?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
I
yeah,
think
no, it
that's
is
why we're out of
Starbane.
order.
Oh, okay.
It's
No,
technically
no.
Weirdness Magnet if he wants to go.
Noah skipped and went first because they
Yeah,
have
that's
the
fine.
spell lined up, and then P1 goes next.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah.
Alice good.
That's what fucked us up. Sorry,
Yeah,
we're not skipping it.
that's
It's
what
just we have an order just to try to avoid this, and it's new. So, what do you got for me, Sala?
Not a problem. Sala is going to activate Edge of Morning Sunlight to
Do
deal.
you have to save against this hazard?
Yes, I do.
Haha.
I rolled 4 successes.
You're good.
Yep.
Just being the tough guy he is, stamina resistance. So we are activating Edge of Morning Sunlight to deal aggravated damage to creatures of darkness. -2. I am going to attack the rats.
Makes sense.
I rolled 5 successes to hit.
Yikes. Well, you did hit them. They are hit. That happened. Their soak is 7.
7 and then -2 because they are a creature of darkness, correct?
Yes.
So they are down to 5. I deal 6 damage to the rats.
Is your attack fire? Or does it say your attack becomes the anathema bane of the creature?
No.
No. Because if it did, it would count as fire and do another negative.
I mean, he's using Edge of Morning Sun, and these are creatures of darkness, aren't they?
Yes.
Vampires
Yeah,
have a
that's
special
right.
clause if they get hit by fire. If the charm says this attack counts as the anathema of the creature or some wording like that, that would count as fire, and you get another egg on top of it.
No.
Right.
No, it's just pure sunlight, baby.
All right. Put the damage successes.
I deal 6 damage.
Okay, they start to break apart because that drops them down to size 2. I have to make some rolls that I will make on their turn. Or I guess I have to make it now so you guys know whether or not to target them still. Let me check something real quick. I got it right up here.
Okay.
Roll drill against difficulty 6 with these modifiers. Blah, blah, blah. Group is led by one of the Exalted. Nope. Allied has suffered dissolution or been murdered.
Very
Nope.
much.
Yeah, +1. One of the group leaders or heroes. That's every time. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. The priest was incapacitated. Shit. And a devastating area effect, butterflies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 9. It's 9. I have to make a drill check at 9 right now. One moment. 4 dice at 9. Do they have any penalties going on I should know about?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Botch. All right. They break apart. The rat's magic over them is just doesn't, it can't be held up, and the rats dissolve into normal rats, dead rats, and the entire battle group just falls apart into incoherence and scatters.
Should have invested in
Nice shot.
gesture.
See, I had guys who could fix this. I had commanders, and you killed them before they could do anything.
Oh, was that the gargoyle?
So no. The priest and the 2 heroes all had commander abilities to like shore this shit up.
Oh, rip those guys.
We took them out real quick.
I get a momentum.
And last thing for me is I do a swift action to protect Panda's character.
It
Darn it.
Sounds like
So does that only apply?
Yes.
Okay.
Each turn, I have to renew it. So your defense.
Yeah, no. Like, does that only apply while I'm still in the same zone?
That is correct.
Because honestly, I'm considering going up and smacking the gunners.
Oh, I'm going to be doing that after I kill this priest.
Well,
yeah, we already have someone vertical right now.
You still might be attacked beforehand. So
Yeah, that too.
Fair enough.
If I attack you, I pin you to the ground.
but that is my turn.
All right.
Oh, Christ, that was
do you
all the
want to
rat?
make a move, Devin, before I do mine? Or
Holy
yeah,
that
I
was
get
a lot
your-
of rats.
Yeah, the group dissolved, so the 6 tiles are empty now.
Christ, I did not notice that they were cut. I didn't think that was the same group. I thought there was like 6 different groups.
No, it's one big fucking group that I got a lot of sweet powers out of that I never got to use. I only have the grenadiers left. I'm
There's
gonna.
also the dogs.
They're a group. They go at the end. I can only go at the end with them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess the Blood Ape gets to go. I forgot. I will act as the Blood Ape. The Blood Ape materialized. I think he materialized directly in the zone you're in. P5.
I think he was.
Yeah, that's where the wizard was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, where I
It'd be a good time for him to pull P5 out of the spider webs.
It would be a good time for him to spend a momentum on Principle of Motion. Put that in your hat for later. And he's gonna make a Blood Ape roll of 8 versus this sticky powder I have. Where is that sticky powder? Blah blah blah. Difficulty 7. All right, 8 versus 7. Blood Ape. Are we gonna botch? A single success. You're good. You're free. A Blood Ape. Your character. You know what a Blood Ape is. Your character doesn't. But that thing, that awful, horrible thing, just rips you right out of the ground and shreds the webbing off of you.
Thanks.
It just, it looks like it's having the time of its life.
Well, yeah, there's vampires. There's a lot of blood here for it to feast on, and a lot of different kinds of blood for that matter, considering the rats and vermin and such.
Yeah,
And the dogs.
So Blood Ape went. I'm going to have an enemy go. A Grenadier is going to throw a bomb where the Blood Ape and you are.
no, sorry, you went as the Blood Ape, then you're going again as the enemy?
Yeah, because
the Blood Ape's
ally.
fine.
You know?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, ally goes, then enemy goes.
Okay, 8 dice. Where are we? Captain Craig, what is your defense? It is
Still 8.
Oh my god.
Glorious.
Wait, does he have essence higher than? Nope. All right, he'll spend a blood 9 to get one more die. Hey, 3 successes. I actually hit you for once.
Oh no.
So you're taking damage. You know, it's coming your way. I'm
It's
doing
not another glue
6.
grenade.
No, it's just a nail bomb.
Oh.
A simple nail
Okay.
bomb. 6
Oh,
damage dice I'm about to roll, unless you want to dodge.
No, I can't dodge that one.
I will roll 6 damage dice. What's your soak? I've never gotten this far before.
8.
Wow.
0 successes.
A lot of soak.
I think that's if I spend a moto on Iron Skin concentration, so I'll do that right now.
I'm going to spend a momentum on that blood buff he did that did not help. All right, next player can go.
Yes. All right. Finally, my teeth were currently in the middle of ripping out the throat of the priest, so I'm just going to finish that off.
Oh yeah, he's sleepy. I forgot about that.
Yeah. -3. Now, at this point, I have to ask: is he still protected from fear by his faith?
No, you staggered him. That's all gone. He's terrified, and you can do egg to him now.
Wonderful.
Jesus Christ.
All right. And that's 7 successes for my attack.
You're literally diablerizing him.
The irony is palpable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It would be even more palpable if this is an Assamite,
Suddenly
but
the
yeah,
sucker
fair
will
enough.
become a
So
sucky.
then that is, because it's a second attack on him, I get another +2 to damage.
Yeah,
so
you do. Yeah, that
3
happens.
for fangs plus, 3 for fangs plus 7 successes plus the 2 is 12. And the difficulty, because ag was down to 3, right?
Yes? I don't know.
Yeah, it still goes from 5 to 3.
You're throwing a lot at me. You do 2 health levels of damage.
That's 11 successes. That's just straight up 11 successes.
To damage?
He's done. Yeah, it's
I
12
gain a
dice
momentum.
on. Yeah. Now, with that done, I look around and just you can see disappointment on my face, because especially for that one vampire who's decked out like a knight, because rather than come at me, all of them lack the courage to take a swing.
That dude decked out as a knight is impaled in a bunch of rebar at the end of the room. His corpse is still burning and crackling inside the armor.
Christ.
I repeat, all the vampires here lack the courage to take a swing at me.
So
And then I look up and use my swift action to jump up to the gunners.
So that was
Oh,
like
no.
11 successes on the final damage. So basically, you just drank him like the fucking moopsie.
Yeah.
See,
And if I had the charm that gives me motes for drinking spirits, this would count, because he's technically immortal.
the final NPC of mine goes the other grenadier. And I'm
Right.
coming for you, Arbane, because I got farther than I've ever gotten before the last time. So let's do it again.
Here it
I
is.
feel persecuted.
Do you still have defense 8, or if I somehow weakened you with my gumption?
As far as I know, it's still at 8.
2 successes.
Okay, I'm going to dodge.
Oh,
Just had
I
this,
spent a momentum on that.
just had this deflated.
You got plenty more where that came from.
So you just move away from you simply move away from the nail bomb.
Oh,
So I have to do the war dogs, the ghouls, and the vampire swarm next, but that happens after I think Craig and Panda go.
Can you move me up to the gunner level? Just
I am contemplating not doing that because we're in round 2 and you've killed everyone.
Glorious, isn't it?
if the guy who tried to hook me still alive?
Yeah, somehow he has 7 health levels, and I haven't marked damage on it. He failed to attack you. He's still alive.
Mhm. Well, I'm going to grab the hook as it goes past and swing him off of his bike and onto some spikes.
Yeah, stagger him
nice.
out.
What should I roll for that? Like brawl?
That's an attack, and you have to stagger him because that's what that is.
Okay.
Like unhorsing him, you take the fighter out
All right.
because that's what happens to a fighter when they're unhorsed. They're fucked.
So strength plus is melee okay?
Whatever your attack you want to use, you can use here. You're attacking. You're trying to kill this guy.
All right. 10 dice then. What's his defense?
7. No, yeah, 7.
All right. Ooh, 6 successes.
Okay, his soak is 7.
All right, so that's 6 plus 17. Only 4 successes.
Aha! Wait, whoa! That means I can block all but one of it with resolve for the first time. You guys have been using a lot of fire and sunlight, so
Oh well.
I haven't been able to block a lot of this.
So stands to reason.
Yeah. All right, I've done it. I've defied you. I've denied you your victory. He only takes 1 health level of damage out of 7. But yeah, you yank the chain from him, and like you see some damage through his armor, and you clearly like dislocated his arm for a moment. As these guys all heal at the end of their turn, but it's only been 1 turn, so it doesn't matter. That didn't even matter. It didn't even come up. You killed them too fast for that to even matter.
I think we've one-shotted most of the people we've hit.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay,
strategy.
Neil is next.
All right. Well, so dude in
You
front
do
of us,
gotta
that's
avoid
just is that a group of vampires or is that just regular vampire?
Okay, so G-Vamp is the vampire swarm, which hasn't acted yet and taken its fire damage yet.
Right. Oh, that reminds me. I need to resist the fire damage. What do I roll for
Difficulty
that?
7 versus like it's a hazard,
Whatever.
so like strength plus resistance or stamina resistance, dex athletics kind of deal. Like you just kind of figure
Okay,
out how
so I
you're
guess
gonna
I'll
get out of here.
roll Dex Athletics to try to jump out of the flames.
Yeah.
Soaring crane leap to the rescue. What's the difficulty?
7.
7,
So 4.
And every success, how much damage did it do?
3.
Oh, yeah, no, you take no damage. You're good. I saw this night going differently.
No, that's the difficulty. What it is for me. I didn't actually roll yet. Okay, now I've rolled 8.
Yeah, you're good.
Even better.
That's,
and,
yeah, you're good.
and speaking of jumping, I'm going to jump up to the gunner level.
Yep, there's 2 gunners there. Or two, no, there's a
And-
battle group of gunners that take up 2. There's size 1, so it's like 12 dudes with machine guns who aren't even vampires, they're ghouls.
That's why I want to drink them.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
No, go ahead. I can also drink the grenadiers, I think. So.
Fair
Nope,
point.
those are
Okay.
vampires. They have wall crawling.
Ah. All right.
The dogs have blood.
Maybe I should go for the Grenadiers then?
Yeah, they're a problem, and they're individual characters.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, Grenadier it is. Hello, Grenadier. Beaten Excellency Fist.
They have a defense of 4. They're
Okay, I might not even
supposed to
need
be
the
attacked.
Excellency, but fuck it, I'm going to use it anyway.
They're not wearing armor because they're wall crawling. They have nail bombs.
Make them regret their participation.
I didn't even use any of the Molotovs. I see now the flaw in that plan. They tank it with the
where's the
priest.
button? There it is. Okay, there's the button. Okay, so you said defense 4?
Yeah, I did.
Yep. Okay, so Excellency on that, and... Oh, wow. 20.
Yikes.
To hit?
On the roll, yes.
All right, soak.
Hang on, here's a
5.
screenshot.
No, I believe it, but yeah, let's see it. It's awesome. He has soak 5.
You have double 10s on.
Oh!
Wait, do we not have double tens?
No, tens
No.
do fuck all.
Oh,
And you have one subtract, so you should check that off as well for
Unless it's... yes.
if you for like dawns and dusks.
I am a
One
dawn.
subtract aren't a thing. Yeah, it's not for damage rolls, but for attack rolls, it's still a thing.
right. Why is double 10 by default active?
Because this was for a different system that Peter wrote the software for, and he hasn't written a new one yet because he's
Right.
busy.
Okay, in any case, that's... okay, so how many 10s do I have? That's 4 10s. So this is actually 16. My bad.
That's still astronomical. Soak 5.
Let's... I think Divine Executioner stance is still active here.
Yep.
Tell me I don't know.
It's a
Yeah,
sin.
pretty sure it is. He's ghouls.
Oh, yeah, sure. Creatures of Darkness. Why not?
Creatures of Darkness, and the intimacy involved was vampires, so... Would it?
Sure.
So aggravated -1 and increased base damage by 3 and 16, 20.
These aren't normal ghouls. These are Sabbat ghouls. They've done some dark things.
Yeah, well, let's see how that turns out for him.
They're practically infernal version of the damned. Like
22 at diff what again?
Difficulty 5. Did you do more than 7 health levels of damage?
Okay, difficulty 5, but was that with the aggravated modifier or without?
3.
No, not
Difficulty
that
3
kind
then.
of ag. It's -1 ag.
4 then.
16.
That's the
Wait,
Grenadier.
no. 14. No, 13. 13. Yeah, 13.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me. I get a momentum. So much room for momentum. That's all of you? You all went?
How many did I kill anyway with that? Also,
all of
move
them.
me up to the
A few
purchase.
dozen people. I'm not tracking that anymore. It's not really relevant at this point. That part of the tactics of this combat has no longer any meaning.
Really? Wait, really?
The movement does not matter anymore. Clearly, like, sorry, I can't.
Surprise that.
I have like no character sheets left alive. I got like a couple of guys. All right, I'm at the end of my NPCs, so the Blood Ape goes for its second turn. It's going to wait till the battle groups go. Let's start this Vampire Swarm. It has to make a difficulty 7 roll on 6 dice.
Oh, right. The Vampire
-3.
Swarm's on fire, too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
-3 for being a group, and then -3 for the ag.
God.
Yeah. How much damage did it do?
3.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's 3 to the battle group. So they're down to 6. The gunner ghouls are still there. No, you killed the grenadier, not the gunners. Oh God, thank God, the gunners are still there, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I turned off the double tens. It was 16. My bad.
Did you attack the grenadier or the gunners? I don't remember anymore because we went back.
The Grenadier.
Okay, good.
The Grenadier was attacked. The gunners, I'm standing next to them. If that means
Speaking of
anything.
which, is the Grenadier dead?
Yeah, you killed one of them. There's only one
Okay,
left.
so that's
The other
another
one.
moat to me.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's very true. People don't know. I am going to have
Another dodge. I should put that back on.
dogs attack Falco.
Okay. My defense is 9 now.
I see.
'Cause I'm casting.
Okay, 7 versus 9. They actually don't have a power to buff. 2 successes. What's your soak?
Oh, my soak is only 5. Do I want to burn on my last 2 willpower?
It's happening.
What's their?
I get
Yeah,
8
whatever.
dice.
Do it. Hurt me.
What's your soak?
So 5.
Finally, 3 damage.
Alrighty. Well, that gives me a wound.
Why crash you?
Yep.
It
I'm
happened.
armored.
It happened. So they give a lacerated wound. Look it up.
All right.
You have it now. It'll go away.
Let's see.
All right. Hey. Maybe I'm making a return. Maybe it's a comeback. The gunner ghouls are going to open fire.
As a reminder, I'm next to them if they want to take a shot at me.
I mean, they'll make the willpower roll at this point because you're going to definitely kill them. What's the difficulty? 8?
8, yes.
I could make that. Failure. So that doesn't happen. That's the gunners.
He did not make it.
No,
All
they're
right.
not.
Hey, the vampire swarm can still go. It just took damage. Right? Yeah. Whoa. Hey. Oh, no.
Do they need to fear roll? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they
they
still
got-
need to roll for Rot Shrek, don't they?
Yeah, they got a fear roll. All right. 3 dice versus 9.
Come on.
Yeah. Nope. That's a no.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Dissolves and largely dies because of who you are as people and the environment
Because
and the
fire.
Yeah. Like, you guys are not just one-on-one attacking people. You're casually killing these things as you're going. It's not Final Fantasy here where it's 1v1. This is a swirling melee. It's like Warhorse. There's like people on fire and stuff running in the background screaming.
And at the rate we're going, it's more like Warframe.
Right? Blood Ape's turn. It's going to kill the Lancer.
Here's hoping.
What does the Blood Ape have? It has Shattering Roar, which it doesn't need to use. It's just it's just gonna fucking smash it with its monster stats. 8 versus 7. 3 successes. So 10 damage versus 7 soak. Momentum to reroll. 3. It's down to 3.
Cool.
The blood ape's ripping into that motorcycle guy, just like you were. And I spent some momentum.
How nuts.
That's everyone. You may now go. Top of the order.
Solid. What?
Yeah. There's the Lancer, I guess.
Yep. There's the Lancer, a Grenadier, and the Gunners, and the Wolves. Oh, and the Vampire Swarm is gone.
Technically, I'm still in the bonfire. I rolled 4 successes on stamina resistance.
You're good.
You're good.
Come to think of it, seeing as this is like...
And I'm seeing about... Let's see. Making a run towards the Lancer that's left.
Sure. He has 3 health levels.
Okay, and let's take a look. I just need 7. Okay.
Okay, what? Did you just move?
I'm moving, and then I was just looking at the defense of the Lancer and everything.
Oh, 7.
So
7 and 7.
Yeah, I was not prepared for the Vampire Swarm to go away.
Hey, you're not the only one.
2 successes to hit. And
7 soak.
-2 for Edge of Morning Sunlight.
5 soak.
So
The fireball spell really saved our asses this fight.
Oh, yeah.
It started a chain of events that were ruinous to the Sabbat.
And 3 successes to hit, or to damage.
And that is where we're going to close on this fight, right about there.
Really, this is in miniature why the Sabbat really shouldn't be so smug about their vampire superiority.
So it only took you 3 rounds. Like, yeah, you got to turn into round 3. Clearly, you do a few more actions, not turns, actions in round 3, and that would sweep it up. So we're just going to hard cut to you guys on a mountain of wreckage and destruction and like broken vampires in the middle of a cauldron that's been bombed out, black smoke acridly pouring into the sky above. You killed them all. Like, not every single one to the last man, but you killed them all. It's over. What do you do from the bottom of the pit? I'm assuming you climb out.
Did anyone feel a barbecue after this?
I look utterly flabbergasted by the whole actually getting hurt thing.
It looks like a band of brothers down there, dog. The swampy water runs red with the weird meat and vitae and ash.
Oh,
now, did the priest the one that was like dressed the fanciest out of everyone here, like of the vampires?
All of these people were dressed sort of fancy because they were all unique characters, part of their own campaign setting.
We all know how that ended.
So,
yeah.
As you crawl out of the pit where the bar used to be, it's an enormous, gaping, smoldering wreck in the middle of the street. People gathered around. The fire service is there, but they didn't start because they heard the sounds of violence. All of your anima banners keep going for minutes after this. I think 3 minutes for all of you solar types, which is all of you. So 5 people just crawl out of the pit, largely unharmed.
Well, jump in my case, and anyone else who got jump powers.
You leave the pit. Pedestrians bow as you walk by.
I guess Neil's gonna have his cult go up a few more dots.
One last thing to do.
Christ.
Is there one last thing to do?
I
Dump
guess
all
all
those
of us.
Molotovs into the pit and set them on fire. I'm not having any of these guys come back for another try.
I mean,
Yeah,
they had a car rigged up to be a car bomb that they could drop on top of you. I didn't get enough turns to do it.
Sorry, they had what?
They rigged a car to be like a big car bomb to drop on top of you guys. That's a bunch of batteries, like Tesla batteries, and ready to go.
Okay, so I guess we'll just kind of
Push
shove that
in there.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'm going to scene swipe you guys to the victory dinner. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Does anyone want to say anything to the crowd before we do that scene swipe?
Yeah. This is opportunities here.
I want to make sure that there is no one that was caught in the fire that wasn't
Nope.
supposed to be. Okay.
Nope.
Well,
This was surgical.
Well, then,
I would like to say something. Just at the people who are bowing and just the pedestrians around, I look around and I say, tell everyone you know. No. Okay, so tell everyone you know. Step up to us. And I just wave my hands around, just like the death and destruction around us, and pay the price.
Yeah, like, you know the sounds they make in Jurassic Park and in Alien, those monster sound effects that are stuck? Those were heard all from the pit with a bunch of strobe lights and explosions going off for about 30 seconds when you walked out. That's how long this took.
Well, it took us longer than that to climb out.
I mean, you're Exalted. Did it? It's only 4 zones.
yeah.
It's barely a difficulty check.
Mhm.
So the smash cut then, after you do that, unless you guys want to do anything else before we just smash cut to the
I don't
Unless
think
anyone
so.
can heal me.
Don't do drugs, kids. That's what happened. You get mixed up with these kinds of people.
That we will hard cut to a very long table full of food and drinks. There are streamers, party hats if you want to wear them. You're in the entertainment complex. It's kind of like a Dave and Buster's that's here in the city. It's all you can eat, anything, everything. There are tokens for games and stuff, and you can buy beer with tokens, but you're on an open tab tonight because Muna's paying for it. But whatever you guys are doing, like being chummy and laughing and stuff, the slow pan on the camera before we cut the recording here, like we're still playing, we're just going to offload this recording, is Muna just sitting there at the table with a party hat on, staring down at the pizza that's been ordered, not moving and not really blinking, because I'm assuming this is just after you told her everything that happened. She confirmed it with her people.
Yeah.
And there's where we're going to offload this recording, so keep your browsers open. We got time limit. And we're back. So you're at the party, entertainment center. It's kind of cleared out in here. Like there's a few regulars that stayed, but mostly you have the place to yourself and the animatronics that are walking by serving you.
Neil has put a party hat on his panther.
Oh God, there's a panther here.
Yeah,
It's
I'm looking at it confused. When did this get here?
He's always been here. Haven't you, Mr.
All right.
Smartles?
I scratch behind its ears.
Only in Florida.
Yeah. So yeah, you can discuss amongst yourself. You can talk to Muna. You can do whatever you want now.
Blood Ape's probably been dematerialized.
Yes, it doesn't want to.
So
Not going to give him a party hat?
So you guys picked me up at a soup kitchen. Where have you been?
We were at the Orange Grove fighting zombies.
So many zombies.
And
I show him pictures on the phone that we took, like the selfies of the giant dead centipede undead monstrosity.
Ow. That looked like it would have been fun.
It was a little hard.
To be fair, it didn't last as long. Like the fight we just had lasted longer.
We just handed more different people in it.
So I have to ask: was that every vampire in the city that we just killed? I turned to Muno and I asked that.
Muna has an empty pizza box in front of her, and she is currently eating 3 slices stacked on top of each other of overloaded pepperoni. Takes a second. About that, yeah. That was like 200 of them.
Oh, good. I'd hate to have to go around and ferret them out.
Well, I guess it's nice of them to, bunch up like that for us.
Right.
Yeah, my sources tell me they were hoping to kill you because you're immortals.
Right. I think they forgot that they were flammable.
Yeah, we kind of figured with the bikers and the vermin and the dudes with guns in enfilade positions and the mad bombers.
Don't forget the chainsaw.
Oil. Oh yeah, the chainsaw guy. There was that priest-looking dude. He didn't last long.
Was there a dude with like a mitre made of red and black stone?
Well, there was nothing here. Drank him like a juice box.
The irony there is just sickening.
Did anyone pick up the mitre? It was a holy relic that would sell for a lot on the market.
Oops.
No.
I mean, the fire crews might have gotten the place hosed down,
but the car bomb probably destroyed it.
Yeah, we kind of kicked the car.
It's imperishable, blessed by the Pope, pirate Pope, blah blah blah. I'm sure one of you can get it, or one of my people will get it.
Okay, then it's probably survived.
We can retrieve it.
It's probably survived. If the fire crew didn't take that, it's still at the bottom of the pit.
Was there a man in blood red metal armor with a battle standard that looked very skull-like?
He got crucified.
Yeah, okay.
On rebar.
Problem. Huh. I don't know what to tell you guys. That's a lot of my to-do list.
I have to ask, were they the major power block or a major power block in this city?
Well, the only people I could think of that would have any equivalent pull would be the mayor's office.
Those are the weird goggle people you mentioned, right?
No, those are the Mothmen. They're harmless.
Yeah, no need to worry about them then. Unless they decide to. But don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. We just.
I was getting intel for. I don't remember about a crime syndicate. Who wanted the crime syndicate intel?
It's me.
Yeah, they were an off branch of the vampires. Not all of them, some of them, and you killed a bunch of them. So the other ones will be probably around because you killed some of their members.
So sorry to clarify that. So the criminal organization who had some monsters involved that I was hunting. You're saying they were part of this. You call them the Sabbat, I think you called them that.
I might have, but they're the jihadists. It's a real weird name they gave themselves. I don't know.
So the
they're
ones
like religious
that I'm
crusaders, or they were.
All right. So the ones that I'm after, you're saying I killed them already in this fight, or are you saying that that's only part of the ones I'm after?
The latter.
That's. I think that's like, okay, no, that's actually good, because otherwise this would have been very anticlimactic.
Yeah. I was
later, I guess.
Just going to use that intel to see if we could coordinate some sort of strike by getting allies, but that didn't seem to be necessary anymore. Huh.
Well, that's awfully convenient then.
Yeah, I'll dig into it.
We should get put into
much appreciated.
I've heard a lot of planning into that too. And they had spikes and the Tesla car bomb.
Oh yeah, they
regular Tesla, but
they were ready. Apparently, according to my sources, they were good to go. This was it. This was going to be the crucible on which they proved the worthiness of their cause by taking down some immortals that didn't know better.
I'll be honest. I've never gone all out before, and this is as close to going all out as I've ever gotten. And they were chump change.
Yeah,
they did.
I could use.
They did ruin my shirt and some of my flesh. You know, Noah's like walking around with the kind of wound you should be in the hospital for, and he looks the same way as someone who stubbed their toe, because that's how Exalts handle that kind of wound.
Right? I think that's
like, boy, this is mildly annoying. Yeah, I think it's like 3 days for lacerated for an Exalt.
Shit, I forgot the last thing people said.
I made an idle remark about the car bomb and about it being just a regular Tesla, and
No, it was after that. I'll catch up on some of this stuff. I gotta have my people go through and check over the resources. This was a lot harder in the 50s.
Interesting. So, Muna.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that your organization will be coming in shortly?
I've said many times that's not happening, no.
That's not happening. So
no, we're not that kind of people. We're not coming in to take over fuck all.
It is a power vacuum.
Yeah, good for it. We're not doing that. Not in this town. Abel was murdered here. It's cursed.
Okay.
Well, clearly we need to uncurse
Who's Abel?
I pause. Yeah. What's that about?
Did I not tell you about this a couple months ago? Biblical Abel, someone murdered him in town. 1,000 years of blasphemy on the city.
Wasn't Abel killed like dawn of time by his brother?
Yeah, 2 statements can be true for Abel.
Okay.
So
she like grabs one of the raiders over, and she puts like a little like Dave and Buster's Entertainment Complex card into its slot. Number 4, big gulp of blood with spiced rum. Then it walks off and comes back with one. Okay, all right, kids. Let's set the way back to the dawn of time. Cain kills Abel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Brains him in the head with a rock. So God, it's very controversial what God does or doesn't do at this point, but we know that Abel dies. So Abel's back up and running almost immediately as far as the stories are, the Apocrypha are concerned. And what he does is he starts going on a pilgrimage, just like Cain does. You know, he walks the earth alone, visiting places and blessing them with his presence as a sign of good fortune, because he's like this universal cosmic pacifist, a sort of structure of stasis and stability, you know? The murdered man. It happened to someone, so it didn't have to happen to you kind of deal. I'm never into that kind of stuff, so I'm not very into it.
Wait, so wouldn't that make him like Jesus?
No, because he's Abel, the biblical Abel.
Yeah, but the whole thing with Jesus was him dying for people's sins, right?
There are a lot of.
Have you ever listened to a band and realized some of their songs sound similar? I don't see how this is surprising you that a couple weird things coming from Christianity are super similar.
Yeah, fair enough.
So Abel wanders town to town very slowly. He's just a man. He walks at a normal man's pace, and America's fucking enormous, and so's Europe, and so's Africa, and so's Australia, and so's the Arctic, which he wanders through every once in a while. And whatever town he passes through on his pilgrimage with his procession ends up having like dynamite fortune and luck and blessings upon it. You know, kids are born super healthy, businesses flourish, disease is eradicated, inventions are made. Like Vancouver got a visit in the 80s and went from just this nowhere cover up a murder port town to like a big giant real estate trap. You know, Los Alamos, they say the city nearby got hit by him.
All right. So what happened here then?
Somebody fucking murdered him. They brained him.
Again?
Yeah. He's just a man. Someone's already done it once. It's not like it's hard to do.
Seems kind of mean, but...
So, 1,000 generations of torment.
Is that why this town is so messed up?
Well, you tell me. 5 guys just walked on through and killed every single vampire that was planning something. It seems like their luck really turned, eh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, maybe it was good luck for us.
I guess. But yeah, fortunes here are not what you want to be investing in. You don't want to be trying to build something here or establish something. All the powers that be that run this place are pissed that Abel was murdered. No one's done that for... Well, someone says no one's done that since like World War I, like the whole chain reaction thing they take credit for.
Wait. So that happened after someone killed Abel in Austria?
According to Apocrypha, which again, this is someone making a very convenient tall tale. That bullet, that first bullet that missed the Archduke or whatever, hit Abel.
Wow, that is some shit luck, like on both ends of that.
Chain Reaction, World War I, its sequel, a bunch of direct-to-DVD movie sequels that nobody really liked, that were confusing and seemed very the same. And then 20 years in the desert, just like, hey, full circle for Christianity, right? Yeah, it wasn't great.
So does that mean he'll come back again then?
I can't confirm he was ever murdered before now. People
and also
say it happens.
And also, if a shooting in Austria leads to war and devastation across all of Europe, then just all of America's fucked.
Hey, have you guys been noticing anything about your country? Moon just kind of goes, hey, have you noticed anything about your country that might be different or a little twisty the last while? Any changes or drastic shifts of climates, both political and natural, that might just seem odd?
Yeah, that tracks.
Any mass deaths of like children anywhere that might be happening regularly? That's a big sign. I don't keep up with the news. I'm a bit old, so let me know if you see any of that. Probably, yeah.
Very funny.
So, time is funny, you see. Fate is funny. It has a wake in front of it and behind it. So an event is coming. The events that precede it are the ebb and flow of it happening. It's almost like time is rushing up like air in a vacuum or waves before a tsunami to reach you before that moment hits. And then the tsunami hits.
So kind of like the pressure in front of a sonic boom.
Yeah, something like that, Fate and cause and effect. Cause doesn't always precede effect. Not with fate. Not with big changes in the status quo. There were 4 or 5 different cases of magisters trying to bring a loved one back from the dead, putting corpses together, and them coming back with a radioactive glow before the Trinity tests. No one could explain it. No one knew what the fuck was going on.
Huh. I guess there's this.
Like after the radiation zombie came back.
Oh, after the Trinity tests? This little thing called World War II happened.
Oh.
More for the undead women brought back to whatever they became.
It was a sign, guys. Like a bird crashing into a window before like a demonic presence doesn't mean after the demonic presence is hit, birds are going to constantly do it. It's an omen. It's a cause does not precede effect type deal. But you can see signs. This is kind of where fortune telling and astronomy come from. There are ripples out there.
So basically, we're kind of fucked for a millennia.
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. People say that Gilgamesh was the last time Abel was killed. And I don't know, Uru was around for a couple thousand years, right?
Yeah. But people are still going to suffer from this. I don't like it.
People suffer every day.
I don't like it.
Well, maybe we can fix it.
Again, I can't even be sure this has ever happened before, But a few theories, again, it's Apocrypha, stand to reason that you could track down his killer, but that kind of justice system never really works in the olden times. It's never really about that. It's usually more deep. But maybe something to do with the killer might help. I don't know. the person doing this is probably the Christian god. You could just kill him, and that might stop this once and for all. Push out all his curses he's left. Probably would kill Cain too, because the mark of Cain would fade away.
I see multiple problems with that idea.
Noah looks like he's considering it.
I am curious, if Abel was killed, does he have a ghost wandering around?
Abel's not that type of entity.
All right, fair enough.
He's very early in product testing, as it were. So he's a little different than you are.
So I figure he's probably going to pop up in another 20 some odd years or so.
Maybe. I mean, if you follow the World War II and like the Cold War theories and all that, yeah, it only takes a few decades for him to just start the pilgrimage again. It was really weird that somebody took his bones out of his corpse. I think he was flensed and like animal carcassed.
What?
Someone used his bones and viscera to make something. Happens all the time outside the cities.
Well,
Oh, that's disturbing.
Can't think of anything else.
Can you think of extremely horrified? But he's also like, I wonder what they would have made.
Can you think of any other sorceress tap to draw from if you're looking for a direct line to one of the big ones?
Yeah, I suppose.
Noah looks around curiously.
Still fucked, but
I think we need to pay to visit that necromancer.
I don't think this necromancer has anything to do with it because.
Oh, I know I don't, but he might know more about it as well.
Maybe.
What's possible with such a resource?
Either way, we should probably destroy him.
I mean,
he was responsible for the undead, right? The jihadists hired the necromancer to make those things. You said?
Did he?
Someone said.
Well, that stands to reason. I mean, I put out feelers. We could meet with the guy that runs this place. He's usually pretty good for kind of that info. Remember you were going to help this guy, and you didn't?
Yeah.
And then you went and killed every vampire in town half an hour later?
Yeah.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? Hey, you didn't do that favor, but you did a bunch of other related favors.
Is he going to be upset that we did not bring back his toy?
He's covering your tab.
So not that upset.
I do want to know, with the jihadists dead, and as we mentioned before, a power vacuum, but the city's cursed, so you're more familiar with the political realities right now of this current situation. What do you think is going to happen? Who's going to come and fill the void? Cursed city or not, something's going to do it.
The night people would always patrol this place to keep out other predators muscling in on their feeding grounds and their turf. Now that has not happened, whatever would usually be kept out by them and their viciousness and their cruelty will creep in unfearing.
We'll just have to make them a fear too.
Yeah, probably. It's probably not a big deal, right? But whatever you're used to seeing, and you're probably not used to much, you seem very new, but vampires, ghosts, wizards, demons, aliens, what comes in from the outskirts of cities and the outskirts of the campfire are stranger.
Well, we will deal with that problem when we come across it.
Has any one of you ever been to Midia?
No.
Don't think so.
City of Monsters?
Don't think so.
Ever seen Nightbreed?
The heck is that?
It has been a long, long time.
Clive Barker's Nightbreed. David Cronenberg was the killer in it. Oh, wild.
So
it's like
right.
that. Yeah, no, Midians exist everywhere. Where do you think freaks went? Where do you think sideshow attractions went after the turn of the modern age? They didn't just all die off. There are things out here that change people in a way that doesn't allow them to exist in society, beyond vampires, beyond whatever afflictions you're used to seeing or you're expecting to see. And there are princes from a type of hell that caretake them and build them communities and scorch the land with an invisible fire of damnation so that they can flourish and live and just have their own life. If you go to one of these Midian Vales, talk to some of the elders there, they know a thing or two. They know more than I'd know.
You know the entrance to where we could find one of the entrances to one of these places?
They're not hard to find, really. Any roadside attraction that's horror themed, any cave in the Appalachian Trail almost definitely leads to one. They're everywhere. People just don't go to them. The fire you get burned with, people know on an unconscious level to stay away from. Their soul recoils at it.
Sounds like
Just
fun.
out of character. What's a Midian?
Midian City of Monsters is the city from Nightbreed where the things that were human but aren't human lived. It was like an entire community of like every horror monster person ever. It was for people that could not live in society. You know, people that turned into like werewolf type things or like had spikes coming out of them or were like berserker minotaur monsters. It's like a dark Clive Barker Hellraiser city for just outcasts. And the whole movie, which you should all watch the director's cut of, is about a person dreaming about this place and eventually going there. It's awesome. David Cronenberg, in a non-director role, in an acting role, plays a serial killer in it. It's amazing. And it's in Calgary. It's Canadian.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I've seen it recently. Really good. But yeah, Infernal Exalted, they make things called the Damned. They're Nightbreed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that tracks.
Their anima banner permanently disfigures the landscape in such a way that it turns people into damned and keeps up their mutations like long after they're gone. There are entire cities buried out in the world where old infernals that have died just left behind a community.
Well, we will have to look into this sometime.
Yeah. Any place where man shouldn't go or doesn't want to go, anywhere that's abandoned, anywhere that's unloved or unwanted, anywhere that's not fit for there to be a Taco Bell, you'll find a Midian.
And possibly the Taco
What
Bell.
about a Waffle House?
I think you get the point, though.
Yeah.
They don't get to live inside the firelight, so they're used to stuff that a little more esoteric, a little more abstract. Like I talked about the Christian God earlier, but it's not like he runs this place. He's just a shadow on a cave wall, but very much willful. But there's something behind it. There always is, and it's a much vaster, colder, empty world.
Noah's taking notes.
Like, I think did someone here mention a cult matrix?
Noah raises his hand.
It's interesting that you picked up on that. I hear them from a different name. They're called well houses.
Well houses. He takes note of that too.
So there are people, and she's talking about Steph and Nicole's people, that claim to be Akkadians. Like, not in the literal sense, in the spiritual sense. They are the people that walked out of the water. It's a whole thing. Or Sumerians. I don't remember which one it is. But they tell about the world being a well, and everything inside of it is the water. And if you can get outside of the well and see the well house, you can see the world that built it and the people who erected it. And you'd find yourself, like most wells, on an estate of some great architect, the master of this. She just gestures at everything. They don't even realize our place is here, really. It's in a well. But that echoes through every part of our society. Your soul is a well. It's a cup. It's a cup full of water. You are the water and you are the well. There are certain people that know how to break that cup and overflow it and pour it into other people and live forever. I think you guys call it liches in D&D. They're not undead. They're very much alive. And they very much work for the strangers I warned you about in downtown. Well houses cap Wells. Wells are everywhere. There's one nearby from those vampires you killed. There's definitely one out in that forest. That necromancer lives in one. Wells are holes. They're sieves or access ways into these underground rivers, these underground oceans, a hollow earth. And inside this hollow earth, much like the shadow on the cave wall, are remnants, memories, half completed, half unmade things. And the wells are where their blood and their intent and their malice and their need just pours out and enriches the area around it and warps it and changes it, destroys it. So these people do is they find the wells and they attract well builders, alien creatures, not from our dimension, not with our values or our priorities, not malicious, often helpful, but in the way Fae folk are helpful in that they'll pull your wings off even if you don't have them and then cry about it later because they hurt you. And they coax these things into building a house on top of the well, into sealing it off, into enriching it, into focusing it. And they become the water in the well. You ever hear of Hill House?
Haunted house.
Hill House. Alone on a cliff, standing against time and reason, clearly insane and alive and thoughtful, but not haunted by any ghost of man, haunted by itself. Alien. Torturing. Cruel. Well House. Any story you've ever heard of a place having a feeling that never had a human ghost haunting it? Well House, usually, or a remnant of a well builder. They become the well house. They become the well builder. The two intermix. It helps the energy focus. It helps miracles happen. Sorcerers love these things. That's what wizard towers are built out of. But it makes the place alive, and it makes it willful. And you become just as much of a servant of the well as you become the person drawing liquid out of it. So these wells cap holes in the world you are privileged to live in, one that doesn't have constant access to the hollow earth. Because in the hollow earth is what was there before anything, which was nothing, and what was before nothing is in there, which was monsters. Every once in a while, one of them gets out. You hear about it. Godzilla is a good example. It's not real, but that's definitely where that came from. It was not the Lucky Dragon 5 running into the Bikini Island incident, unfortunately. It was something much deeper in the psyche of that island. It was probably a little bit of that too. That did happen. But these things, these stories spring up from a remembered predator. And back in the day, these things rampaged across the world. They shook mountains apart. They tore entire civilizations down. They breathed time and decay. And there were people like Gilgamesh who killed them and turned their bones into swords. And slowly, over time, they built bigger, sharper, crueler swords and hunted them to extinction and forced what was remaining into the hollow earth. And that roiling, vengeful, rabid animal that's been hit too many times. You ever know about gameness? Dogs have it. Gameness. It's the willingness for a dog to clamp on with its jaws and never let go, even if you're killing it. These things have gameness on a cosmic scale. They're just waiting to sink their teeth into your entire civilization. But immortals are far and few between. You guys are the most I think I've ever heard of ever gathering ever. Usually it's one or two people that history will remember, sort of. Gilgamesh is a good example, and Enkidu. They were real strange as far as I've been told. But things out in the middle of nowhere, places mankind doesn't live, where Midian veils come from, there's a type of immortal that just makes those and sets up kingdoms of outsiders and kingdoms of unwanted people. City of lost children. They're everywhere around you, but they have no numbers. But sometimes the Hollow Earth spits one of these things out, and the immortals just sort of feel drawn to it like a compass needle. I've been told that when they kill these things and tear out their hearts, whatever that metaphor is, it fuels their immortality. It makes them more immortal. They die and live over and over again and never die. As long as they can keep hunting the Hollow Earth. Most heroes that you'd hear about that were immortals that succeeded They eventually retreat into the Hollow Earth, hungry for more immortality, hungry for more weapons, hungry for more materials, hungry for a bigger kingdom, for a grander world, for a place that doesn't shudder and break at their slightest touch like a world of cardboard. You might go there eventually. One day.
I'd like to see it at least.
Of course you do. You'll see it, though, in your dreams first. Panic attacks, memories, half-remembered deja vu, and then slowly more and more and more. And then it'll be the only thing you dream about. Cities made of mountains, made of metals that don't exist, made of cosmos that can't function anymore. With you in the throne.
That actually sounds a bit like some of the dreams I've had since. Anyway,
She smiles a toothy smile while she's eating her pizza.
Well,
Abel is from this. Abel is cut from this cloth. He's not the biblical Abel in the sense that he's the little guy in the book that got brained by his brother. He was once, but he's more than that. And it's dangerous to fuck with something like that if you don't know what you're doing. It causes ripples.
Out of character, so like, would this be echoes that would be triggering this?
Sure. Echoes, past lives, whatever your
I
character
have
knows when they
my
exalt.
dreams are nightmares shaping rituals.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Any of it.
I also have echoes.
Hey, Lunars get it for free.
fun.
Some of you don't have names, eh?
What do you mean?
Oh,
You don't have
yeah,
names.
I don't. I had to throw mine away.
Where'd you throw it? Tell them.
So when I got my powers, I was dying, and something or some things,
Some sort of presence.
yeah, an entity. I'm just gonna
Cold.
call it being. Yeah, it wasn't death, though. It was. I look at my hands, and just like wave my fingers in front of me. It's like close
Let me
to
ask you
death.
this
It's
to help
more.
clarify it.
Unexistence is like the end of everything.
Let me throw a clarifying emotion at you. If you thought genocide as a concept was a person, would it feel like talking to this?
More so, because like I said, it's just not just genocide, and not just end of life, but the end of all that exists, and then death itself until there's just nothing.
An
forever.
abhorrence of life.
Close, yeah. That's a poetic way of putting it, but yeah,
She smiles, eats her
this
pizza.
thing. I turned to her like, you know of more people like me and Zero, don't you?
You
But
shouldn't
we'll
go
talk
under-
about that later.
The dead shouldn't intermingle with the living, and you'll find out why very soon.
Yeah, when I got my powers, it came with a lot of rules, and like when the rule number 1 was I can't use my name. I had to give it to it. They ate it, so I had to come up with a new name. And some other time, I'll tell you why I call myself Nothing Else Matters. But I don't think that's something we should. I don't think it's a topic for this current conversation.
I'm kind of glad the power came to me before the vampires ate me. Then
I honestly thought you were just a big fan of Metallica.
Yeah, no. I realized that in hindsight, which honestly works well. How did you guys get your powers? For me, I was basically fighting off some criminal thugs, and then one of them turned to a monster and ripped my throat. I gained the powers as I was bleeding out. How about you?
Mine is similar. I was at a protest. We were protesting a big oil company that spilled in the Gulf. And one night apparently they got tired of the protesters. The journalists left because there wasn't any new things going on. Something happened to the cameras, and we got hit, and the group got hit by werewolves.
Werewolves.
One of them got one of them got me hit in the face. And if you take a look at Sala, he has like claw marks on his face because of that. Yeah, got me in the face, and then I saw one rearing up to attack someone else, and I grabbed a fallen riot shield that someone was using, and things started to glow, and I was able to withstand the attacks.
Did you hear?
Yeah.
Did you feel like a sonic boom in your chest, like something roaring at you that you can never see or hear?
Something like that. It felt like, at first I felt weakened because, I just got half my face ripped off, and then I felt lighter and I felt invigorated.
The envious of Gilgamesh, whom gods seek to destroy because they can't stand their light. People like you show up every once in a while. It goes interestingly.
Now, when you got your powers, though, you didn't come with any conditions or stipulations, any restrictions, none of that?
Nope.
He doesn't pay in the same way you do.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh, after all, at the end of the day, even with Enkidu, stood alone, lived alone, and died alone.
We all die alone.
But
no, some of us try to take a few others with us. This got surprisingly heavy for a victory party.
There's a price. You're all going to pay a version of it, or are paying a version of it, but the price is something you're not going to expect. And it's going to be far beyond what some petty demon from hell can try to wreak upon you. Needful Things is kind of a lemonade stand in comparison.
Speaking of lemonade stand.
Needful Things, what, like the Stephen King book?
The devil is, you don't pay in money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Child's Play. The prices are different, more esoteric.
But as I was saying, speaking of lemonade stands, what the hell is going on with these kids? Do you know?
Kids like making money. They do lemonade stands. What's the problem?
Wasn't there a
lobster and Wagyu for $1?
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone has that now. Did you guys not hear?
No.
Weren't they moving a lemonade stand out right as we were showing up to that bar?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they were.
I don't know about the tots. At least they're not angels because you got rid of the vampires. But the meat? Okay, so when a tot dies, it becomes an angel.
Can you clarify that? When a kid dies, they become an angel?
Yeah, it's how the news reports on it. It's a comedian joke. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So no, the meat, the cheap meat, guys. It comes from the food bank. The food bank has like a huge surplus. It's been selling off to restaurants and stuff, like daily.
Where is it coming from?
What do I look like, Tom fucking Sawyer? I didn't investigate it.
Fair enough.
We might want to take a look at that just in case.
Yeah.
But every day for the past like 4 months or 5 months, that the food bank has been giving out perfectly cooked and tempered and seasoned and gold leafed like lobster tails and Wagyu beef. And every stand and stall and person has been buying it up or getting it from free from the food bank. It's fucking crazy.
That is pretty strange.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I guess we know what we're looking into.
Yeah, shit happens, right?
A little bit.
The longer I look at this town, the weirder it gets. It's like an optical illusion.
Yeah, a little. This whole place was built to be one giant power trap, and it kind of blew up in the creator's face.
Oh, it certainly trapped some power.
It was meant to like fuel what you call occult matrices. It was meant to it's kind of like enriched uranium, actually. They were trying to enrich wells here, and it just did not work the way they thought it did, and all it did was ruin the day-night cycle. Now night lasts almost forever here, and it keeps increasing every year as the sun stays out more.
Interesting.
It's like that carbon effect where it creates an exponential loop. That's happening with the sun. It just keeps storing and overstoring and storing more efficiently every single day for however long the city's been here.
That sounds a bit ominous.
Well, Muna, you said that your organization's not going to come in, but are you staying?
Yeah, I can facilitate a lot for you guys. You seem like you're very new and don't know a lot. You didn't even know about Midia.
No.
It's fucking weird. Like, when you guys change, I always thought that you got like a one-way trip to hell.
Nope.
No, I don't remember that.
I had a boyfriend a ways back.
Oddities.
I had a boyfriend a ways back, and like a demon grabbed him and like took him to hell. And when he came back, he was immortal. And like apparently that's how it works. They just grab you, take you to hell. They rebirth you. Like he was like melted down like a caterpillar in a cocoon and birthed. And he was like all powerful.
No, nobody took us to
I don't
hell.
remember
Nothing
anything
like that, thankfully.
We just
Yeah, like-
I just started shining.
Like his touch could cure like deformities and lameness, but it turned you into like a monster. Like if you were missing an arm, it would grow like a lizard claw. Or if your eyes were gone, you get fly eyes, but they'd be working just fine.
I mean, that
Sounds
sounds
I guess
still
it's
pretty
just
cool.
a different flavor of what do you call it? Immortals, which like I point to myself, then I point at the rest of you.
Well, it depends on what kind of like noble energy you're pulling from. He was pulling from torment, and so is definitely everyone here glowing with sunlight. You're all burning with torment and rebellion. You're coming. Whoever here doesn't have a name is pulling from hunger and entropy.
And the rest of us are pulling from rebellion, you said?
Yeah, the noble state of rebellion. It creates this sort of radiation called torment. It's what fallen angels feed off of and live off of.
Huh.
It's the need when one is put into a system to destroy that system because you cannot bear any amount of choler. It's a horrible way to live. It's tormenting. You're tormented by the idea that slavery exists. You're tormented that other people have to be told what to do. You're tormented that tyrants that you see as tyrants walk the earth. You're tormented by inequity and the status quo and the cruelty of stasis.
This sounds really close to home.
Yeah, it's a burden. You're burned. You're in the same way. That's why I told you to go to a Midian. Those hell places, that's you guys. You're burned with the same fire. You can't be hurt by it. You'll be enriched by it.
Hmm.
You're
I'll need to
creatures
find
of
one of these.
torment.
Never really thought of it that way.
Fallen angels love you. We picked up a few on our crusade. It was awesome.
Might be
How
an
long-
interesting conversation.
Wait, Crusade. How long ago was this?
Couple decades. You ever hear of the Goldfire Occult Wars?
No.
No.
Okay, well, we won a large portion of that during the day, so worked pretty well. World War II had a bunch of split-off wars that were happening in the supernatural world in the background. It wasn't like there were supernatural like allies and Nazis. It was more like because that war happened, a bunch of ripple effects happened, and a bunch of dominoes fell, and it just it just kept spreading outward. That fucking Duke Franz Ferdinand being shot spread all the way out to the farthest corners of reality. It was horrifying. No one had ever seen it happen before. The Goldfire Occult Wars are one of the last cleanup operations. It's almost like the Cold War, but this was a hot war. Cities
Just
burned.
regular war.
Cities burned. States were cut out of the map.
So the Cold War gone hot, but without the apocalypse happening.
Yeah, like none of you remember like New Cannon, the state, right by Vegas.
No.
No, shakes his head.
Gone.
Like Utah?
No,
Like
the state of New
retroactively
Cannon. Yeah,
Was
You could
wiped
go
out
looking-
from existence.
Oh, it's there. You can go see the wreckage of it, but it's not a state anymore, and it's not attached to this country anymore, and it can't function anymore. It was burned in the war. There's places like that all across your world. The Hollow Earth is like a huge wreckage dump of it.
Oh, so this wasn't within the layer of reality that we are currently sitting in.
No, it was. The death toll was catastrophic for the sleepers.
So that was just erased from memory.
Claw hammered out, but it's still there. You can go to it. It's literally there by Vegas. I bring people and they don't see it. It makes me crazy sometimes.
Huh.
If we're ever up for a road trip, that might be a good place to try.
Torment burns and it scorches and it does not compromise. So when you're going to put an enemy down, you put the entire enemy down.
Yeah.
By the roots.
Well, I guess we did just kind of do that, didn't we?
I mean, you nuked Castle Ravenloft. You made it a glass crater. What were you expecting?
And
They started it.
and that wound up with us chilling on a pile of...
Was Castle Ravenloft one of those well houses?
Yeah.
No, it was a nightclub. Wait.
No, it's a well house. Yeah, you guys never got that far. Like, I assumed that's why you destroyed it and cratered the place.
I think we might have to go back.
Out of character? You guys didn't do that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we just left fire.
Yeah, I didn't think I had burned it that badly.
Muna grabs her phone, shows you a screenshot of a big glassy crater where Castle Ravenloft was. That's you guys. You did that.
What the?
No, I know we
did.
What did you pop on that?
What?
Noah?
You've seen my fire. It doesn't do that.
Yeah. We set a fire in the basement labyrinth. We didn't do... I just wave my hand at the picture that.
You fucking turned the water in the well to steam and it burned the land around it and scorched out all of like the particles of fate and destiny. That place is a wasteland. The well house will refill.
Steam burned out destiny?
Yeah, you like hit the well house and it burned so hot with energy it just like turned it into a gas of its kind and just ripped its way through the land.
I think we need to go back to that island sometime to investigate, because that doesn't sound.
Bring a gift. The well builder's pissed.
What are they like?
Castle Ravenloft. It's a gargoyle, and it's pretty pissed off that it's been wrecked the way it has been.
Huh. Do they like whiskey?
They would like to be rebuilt, probably, because the parts that survived aren't really visible in this kind of world. It's like scraps and foundations that are just like so bone deep they're not even here in reality.
Well, that might be doable.
Well builders.
All right.
Well, keep them happy.
Falco, I'll leave that
entire castle
research
with
to you.
Steam explosion?
Noah will look around for one of his, gremlin followers hiding in whatever.
Yeah, there's one in a bucket of chicken. It just jumps out of the bucket of chicken.
Yeah, of course. I'll kind of like, show the picture of them like was that us?
No.
Do you know anything about it?
Yes.
What do you know about it?
What do you give me? You have to give me a favor for me to do stuff for you. That's the rules. You know that.
I will give him my pizza crust.
No, that's free. I want to bite off the tip of your pinky finger. It'll grow back. You know it will. It costs you nothing. It literally costs you nothing. It doesn't even hinder you in any way. It's just a visual thing. It's just a pride thing. Come on.
Noah looks annoyed, but offers his pinky up.
All right, he bites off the tip of your pinky. It seals afterwards. All right. A bunch of people came in after you left, nuked that place, blew it up.
What sort of?
So it wasn't a steam explosion.
Luna's like, you're really stuck on that metaphor, eh?
Very.
Okay.
Ever since I found out that all of humanity's energy gathering, energy infrastructure is based off of turning boiling water into steam.
Yeah. The cultivators know it the best. They work on like concentrating that ability to like more and more and more, and just they pass it down through family lines. They're one of the only
Whenever
ones who
we
can do it.
find out the secrets of antimatter reactors, I'm fairly sure we're going to use that to boil water, and that's just... I don't know what I'm going to do when we figure that out.
You know the water doesn't boil because it has heat introduced to it. The water boils because it's been commanded to. You know that, right?
What?
It's not mathematics, it's hierarchy. Fire is water is subordinate to fire in various scenarios that cause it to die and transform into a ghastly steam, a miasma.
What?
Noah nods like that makes the most sense of anything.
This is a little bit too much for my head.
Oh yeah, guys, do you know why Rebellion's an energy source? Because the base unit of exchange that any scholar or arcanist or explorer or bad person has found is one dominating the other. One
Wow.
becomes zero, so one can get another one.
Oh, great. Reality is a zero-sum game.
The top to the bottom. That's why there's so much rebellion out there. That's why you guys are here. You're burning this place down. You can't even stand it. You don't know that it's happening and you still can't stand it.
I can't stand it because I came up... I can't even say I came up yet. I've still got basically nothing. By normal standards, anyway.
Anyway, the little guy's like, yeah, people went in there, blew it up.
Like in the sense of...
Can you get any information about those people?
You should probably go take a look.
Probably.
Yeah, you could take a look, and he's trying to think because he has a lead. Something in the Orange Grove knows about it.
Something.
The Orange Grove, weren't you guys just there?
In the heart of the Grove, where you're not supposed to go.
Isn't that where the necromancer is?
No, Lancelot said there was a different part of the grove that was much more dangerous. Because that's where things mutated and turned strange.
Guess we'll have to take a look.
We may...
Either way, we can do it, in one trip when we do that.
Yeah, we'll do that maybe after some of us get a little bit put together.
Yes, that
Yeah,
would
you
be
should probably
ideal.
get those scratches looked at.
Really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
No
I'm still dealing
grumbles.
with a little bit of a stitching needed from the big centipede thing.
Yeah. And somebody else got scratched by the vampires in the pit.
The fellow that runs this place is ready to talk to you whenever you're ready, by the way. Like, we can keep partying and drinking, but he's ready to have an audience with you.
Sure.
All right.
Oh, sure.
Is he coming down, or do we have to go up to...
You'll be going to him.
All right.
One of the animatronics walks up to you and just turns around and starts walking.
All right.
Take
Follow.
one last sip of...
Muna doesn't come.
Yeah, fair enough.
Cool.
One last sip of water and one last scritch behind Mr. Smurfle's ears, and...
So, you guys are brought around back to an elevator. The animatronic stands there. The elevator has no internal controls on it, and it just starts going down on its own.
Ominous.
Not entirely
After-
surprised.
An amount of time, it stops. Doors open. A corridor that's maybe... It could probably fit like 2 cars side by side.
Hmm.
The flooring and walls and ceiling are like made of tiles that are mirrored. And it opens up into eventually a room like that has like a desk that like wraps around stuff and large like machine shop machinery and different types of like analog tools, stuff for building like fucking animatronics and like analog robots, but just a little esoteric, not magical, just strange, oddly shaped, weird angles. one of the walls in this place opens up into has a metal shutter closed on it. And yeah, sitting in a chair is a man, 30s. He's wearing a suit with a polka dot tie. He looks worn a bit, thin. His eyes are glassy.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you. You're the Immortals, eh?
That's what we've been told.
Cool. So I wanted to head this off at the pass. You're looking for a necromancer, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
He hits a button, and one of the shutters in here opens up, revealing lines and lines of zombies on hooks. So I was the one that sold that stuff to the vampires.
Ugh. Where did you get all the corpses?
If you dig deep enough beneath the earth, it's full of corpses.
That makes sense.
Okay, so at least you're not killing people. That was my big concern.
No, not really. It's inefficient. You just dig into the underworld, and there's just full of bodies. It just produces them.
It's recycling.
Yeah, it's like harvesting like tubers or whatever. It grows down there.
So that skeleton centipede thing was you.
Yeah, war machines, custom built. The vampires wanted one. Helped transport troops.
Can we assume you didn't intend for it to be used to kill us?
I gave them the command rights and origins, so it wasn't really my problem. It could never harm me, but it could do whatever they wanted it to do. Yeah,
Okay.
I want to head this off at the pass before you start looking for the necromancer. Hark, and come back fucking here and disrupt my shit. And I'm willing to bribe you and pay you off to do it.
All right.
You good with being bribed?
Yeah, works for me.
How much of a bribe?
Pretty good bribe. Better than a fight. I'm not going to say I'm going to win a fight, but it seems like that'd be long and tedious and exhausting, and you'd have nothing to show for it at the end of the day but a bunch of violence. So,
violence can be its own reward, but let's hear this bribe.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. So, what the fuck are you doing in this town? What are you here for? What are you doing here? Who sent you?
Well, I'm trying to figure the town out and all of the horribleness and otherness to it.
You can't all be new.
I mean, I lived here, but
yeah, I lived here, but I'm
here for revenge, but also fairly new.
I only recently actually tapped into the occult matrix.
So you're all new. Fuck. I thought you all congregated here from the Himalayas or Sri Lanka or Atlantis Zero and just decided to fuck up my town. Not complaining. The people you fucked up had it coming.
Yeah, no. You just stumbled on whatever you'd call us.
Oh, Abel. Right. This explains why people's entire worlds would be undone. Cool. All right, world killers. Nice. So you have no purpose here. You're just stumbling around, finding shit and fighting it.
Trying to make things better for people.
Also looking for some people, but yeah, mostly finding things and fighting them because they're
the
there.
things we try to improve seem to have others that want to fight us for improving them.
Yeah, that's how the status quo works. That's stasis. That's clarity. All right, that makes sense to me. Tell you what, I have an enemy that's your enemy.
Oh?
So I'm a neutral party and a arms dealer, points to the shutter that starts closing. So I do a pretty good job of keeping things balanced out here and keeping various factions down and infighting because they're all nightmares to some extent or another. But you just wiped out one of the biggest leverage points I had, which was the other fucking vampires in town. I'm a vampire, by the way, if you haven't picked up. I'm a spider clan.
Okay.
No clue what that means.
Trapdoor spider. I build a trap, he gestures to this, and then I entrap my prey and drink its blood.
So this whole thing is you.
Yeah. It's great. I drink from our patrons constantly. I got a great supply of blood. None of them die. I don't think I've killed a mortal in like 20 years.
Well, that explains why the elevator didn't have controls.
Yeah, I just willed it to. This is more Dracula than it is science, people.
Yeah.
So, my enemy is your enemy. You've taken out one of the leverage points I was using to keep them in check, and now they're just going to spread and cause problems. It's the mayor's office.
Wait, the mayor's office? I thought those
that's
moth
what
people, right?
No, the mayor's office is not moth people. Who keeps saying that? Tell me who they are. We can kill them.
No. Muna told us about both at the same time. I think it. Confused.
Right.
So, Mayor, Max Shrek. He's been mayor the entire time this city's existed. And he doesn't even bother to do the thing where he pretends to be his own son.
All right.
Shrek.
Yeah, Max Shrek.
Refreshing.
Shrek.
Okay.
Right.
What's his deal?
That's even less subtle.
His deal is he's a lich.
We were just being told about
I was
those.
expecting vampire.
Interesting. He's been co-opting this town's grid for as long as the town's been here. He got into a feud with the original founder, and I presume killed him, because I haven't seen that. I haven't seen him or the other woman in years, decades probably at this point. I don't know. I don't keep track of it. You're in your vampire. You don't keep track. I'm a different type of immortal than you are. It slips away. You guys remember everything forever. So Max doesn't have to commit resources to the vampires in town anymore, and the vampires aren't taking my tips anymore to go and kill his phylacteries. We don't call them phylacteries anymore. They're more like they're more like what do they call them? Overflowing cups.
He has more than one?
Yeah, that's how liches work. They don't have a jar they keep their soul in. They pour their soul into someone else and become them.
That's horrifying.
They duplicate themselves endlessly across ripples of time and families and lineage and memory. They're
so there's basically like a bunch of Max Shreks running around then.
It's one Max Shrek. But as long as all of the Max Shreks are out there, he can't die. The world tries to reinforce certain principles. It's why gravity exists. I'm not going to go into more detail. The thing liches do, take advantage of that to make them fundamental. So as long as these things are working, as long as he has his occult matrix, as it were, functional, that he's distributed across all these poor fucking schlubs, the world thinks he's an essential linchpin and will always reset him if he dies.
So he's made himself a law of physics.
Yeah, liches are a bit of a nightmare. They're not undead. Please don't assume they're undead. They're beings of clarity. Do you know what those are, right? Someone's told you.
I've been hearing
not at all.
We're from one
hearing this stuff about
energy and
status quo as opposed to this stuff called rebellion that's apparently boiling off of us.
Yeah, it's visibly harmful. I have a bunch of wards and sutures and blood sorcery up to keep me from being scorched by you.
Just our presence here is...
It's harmful. It's like the sun is right here in me. I do not want you here. I want to kill you, but I'm not a bad guy. I don't want to do that really. It's a response, okay? The thing inside of me that keeps me alive is just crazy being around you.
Huh. And we're not even
It wants
flaring.
you to die for your own good because you're in pain.
And we're not even flaring right now.
Yeah, it sucks. So, points at the one that doesn't have a name. I don't even want to start to talk about you today.
I just smile.
We don't even need to begin that conversation. No, not one fucking way.
Well,
I don't want to go back to the labyrinth. So here's the dealio. I need you to kill Max Shrek. I can't do it. I have no resources to handle him. I only have brute force, mortal, material tools. Zombies can't kill him. Ghosts can't kill him. Any of the blood sorcerer I have can't do it. My automatons and my servitors and my knights can't do it. He is far beyond my level now, and if I wanted to go and try to become something that could beat him, it would compromise my identity in such a way that I wouldn't even be me anymore, and that's fucking bullshit. You're already powerful. You could definitely take care of him. There's a thing you can learn, okay? I know a yogi. He'll teach you the secret of undoing an immortal, and then you can feed off of its power, and it'll make your immortality stronger.
Huh.
Well, seems reasonable.
sounds kind of like that power from...
Look over to Noah, just kind of shake my head a little bit.
Kind of sounds like that power I felt when I was fighting for the stuff I believed in.
Oh, good. Excellent. One of you's already hit the carnivore stage. Perfect. Yes.
Now, I know I can kill things that can't die, though I can't do it just yet. But
you can see that on the weapon rack? That's just in a couple of days?
I feel for it. I get a feeling in that direction. But
yeah, your license is coming. Yeah, okay, that's horrifying.
Sorry, carnivore stage?
Yeah, once you guys start feeding on the local supernatural population for power to sustain the furnace of whatever you are inside of you.
I'm not sure I'd call it feeding on the supernatural populace so much as feeding on our own beliefs.
Yeah, that psychology trick's part of it. Makes it real easy to do. It's like being a vampire. Like, I'm a vampire. Guilt, empathy, seeing people as people and not cattle flicks right off when I became a vampire. I still don't hunt people and treat them like you treat anything, but I really feel nothing about it. It's just a thing that happens when you get the kind of hunger I have. Crazy, right?
Well,
you'll get something similar one day.
I hope not.
It looks a lot different when you're covered in gold and on top of a mountain putting down edicts.
Now, is this a thing? You said there's a guru that teaches this as a thing, or is it just a thing that happens to us naturally? Because
It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Either you'll figure it out on your own because you're naturally going to start feeding on things, or I can have a guy that can walk you through it. He has mantras, sutras, logic puzzles, poems, art. It'll just kind of change your perception enough that you'll see it, grasp it, do it. I pay him a lot of money. He'll do it.
And is that the bribe?
No, this is you doing me a favor. I haven't gotten to the bribe part. I'm front-loading work so that when we get to the bribe, you'll see that I was straight with you and wasn't trying to butter you up first. I didn't even tell you what the prize was.
Speaking of which, this Max Shrek guy, you have intel on all his parts?
No, it's a problem. He's outside of my grasp. He's at a tier higher than I am. I can hold him off. I can fight him off, but I can't.
So we're going to find out where all of his parts are before we start killing them then.
I mean, it takes a while to replace them and to do what he has to do. If you just start killing, he'll just start unraveling. I don't think he can really understand the kind of threat you are, because a threat like you hasn't shown up in this town since the 50s.
I'd really rather not start killing off innocent people just because they got infected by this guy. There's got to be something we can do for them.
What happened in the 50s?
There was a sort of a cult war here, and it had a few immortals backing it. A little different, a little gruesomer, a lot of deaths.
Ooh.
Yeah, that cenotaph out on the outskirts of town is like a memorial for it. It's a whole horror show. The Minotaur down there is like one of the only survivors. Minotaurs are real. Don't go near them. Don't look disgusted by them. It makes them crazy, like a Japanese ghost.
What, like the split face?
Okay.
Any of them. Do not let it know how much you hate it when you see it. And trust me, you will. It's just part of the package.
Okay, so
best to avoid them.
Right.
We should talk to this yogi guy.
Yeah, I'll have him Skype on in and walk you through it and stuff. Easy peasy. Easiest thing in the world. But yeah, Max Shrek, you could probably save his people. I don't know how. I don't have access to that. You're a sorcerer. He points at Noah. You're a sorcerer. You get it, right? Like, there's certain levels you have to be able to kind of leverage out, crowbar out, right?
Right. Yeah, I think I can do that.
I'm somewhat of a sorcerer myself, but I don't really hit those highs, if you know what I mean. But you probably can. I can feel it coming off of you. You're definitely a sorcerer of a much better grade than I've ever seen.
So
now again, sorry, go on.
Sorry, have you ever managed to hit the main one? Because now I'm wondering if we can if we can, like, if there's the good idea of pry barring his influence away from the people he's infected, what if we go for him first and
Oh, that's
then
the trick.
go for the people he's infected? How long does he take before after the main body dies to go to someone else?
There is no main body. They're all Max Shrek. All of them are the main body, and all of them are inferior copies at the same time, depending on what you're interacting with at the moment. When you're interacting with it, it's the main original, only Max Shrek that exists. After you've killed it, the universe resets someone else into Max Shrek.
So basically no delay time. We're going to have to...
It's not D&D. Right. He says that in character. It's not D&D. It's not Baldur's Gate here. It's a much different set of rules.
Right.
That I really don't have the comprehension for. It's beyond my mind.
Right.
I think I get the idea.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume, Noah, then you would have you can work on the solution for this.
Work on the solution for pry bar.
But again, what do we get for helping you take out this guy?
Well, for taking for taking out this guy, you save everyone in town from Max Shrek's horrible machinations and his strangers' plans.
Yeah, I think the bribe was separate.
That's pretty good.
I'd like to know what those are.
Yeah, I'll get you the bribe eventually. Just fucking calm the fuck down.
I'm sure we can find out what those plans are once we've, ransacked his office.
Yeah, and he's part of the union, so you could definitely piggyback off of that and grab all of their resources.
Union?
He just says the word fuck and slams his fist on the table. Okay. Oh god, it's like I'm that character in a book or a video game that just lore dumps. Okay. There's an organization of pseudo sorcerer fascists that believe in the Song of Clarity and perpetuate it because they're fucking working with the enemy.
So this clarity is sounding more and more like slavery as we go on.
No, in its purest form, it isn't. So there's stasis at the center of our world. Our world is controlled by stasis. Everything stays the same. Nothing changes. Nothing ever goes. History is dead. But there is entropy, ripping away at the foundations, allowing landslides and shifts and pulls, and for the marble to start to turn and tumble. And there's torment, jumping up and down, kicking and screaming at every moment to try and knock the entire spinning plate over and shatter the world into nothing. These two things are always pulling on stasis. There's also order, but we don't have to get into order. Don't avoid. Clarity used to be order until it took over.
Right.
It's not important. The point is, these guys are working with this sort of universal, everything has its place and nothing ever changes song. It's an energy. It's music, and it will absolutely strip your free will right out of you. Because why would you need it if everything stays the same?
Sounds like something that we are built to deal with.
Yeah, the Union are just people. Like a lot of them aren't even magic, but they leverage Clarity for their own means. Clarity has its angels. They're these things that take over corpses, kind of like a baby lich does, and just walks around the strangers. And Clarity has its regulators and its troubleshooters. And when those things show up, they're a little bit like you, actually. I haven't seen one in ever. I don't think I've ever seen one, actually. I know they're out there. My master's master encountered one way back in the day.
How'd that turn out for him?
Standstill. But my master's master was a grade A fucking psychopath. You know Riverview Hospital in Vancouver, the crazy Grave Encounters Insane Asylum? Right. It's based off, the stories are based off of what he did in a different place. He had a place that was so cruel and wicked from his entrenching into it that he had the city build a sanitarium on top of it and then just fed on them. But he didn't feed on their blood. See, vampires, you got to be careful with vampires. They're hungry. We're always hungry. We're always feeding. We need nourishment. We need to feel consumption. We need to add to ourselves because little bits of us are always falling away. But certain vampires can get a taste for suffering agony, delirium, sorrow, pain, all the world's sorrow and suffering, like Gore Zamboza from Twin Peaks, almost sort of deal. It's a nectar to them, and when they start doing that,
made a shithole asylum and fed off of it.
He twisted that place into something very unnatural, and that let him stave off the regulator of clarity when it came to put its song into him.
All right.
Well, given where I'd be if I'd stayed where I was put, can't say I agree with these people.
Oh, you don't understand the extent of it. Nothing changes. Time doesn't pass.
Okay, that's even worse.
A perfect system never needs to tick. What would be the point? It's already perfect. What do you have to prove?
But that's just a dead world.
Yeah, it is. The beings that sort of are clarity, they wrestled it from the rest of them. It's like a siege or a coup. It's a big fucking nightmare on a cosmic scale.
No.
Huh.
All right. Well, it
That's
seems
what the
like
Union believes.
Oh, that's going to be some clockwork that needs a hammer sooner or later.
Yeah, you take Max Shrek out, you backdoor right into attacking the Union. The Union is probably the biggest threat you'll ever face next to everything else in the world that you're about to uncover by being immortals.
all right. So,
Sounds good.
We'll deal with this.
Our
And you will
to-do
tell us
list is getting
something.
mighty large.
Pardon? Too many people at once.
Well, I was saying, we'll deal with this, and then you'll owe us.
Sure. Anyway,
But
prize is time. He goes under his desk and takes out like a wooden box and just kind of slides it across to you guys.
I guess
we'll
Neil
open
will be
it.
the first one to check the box and pry it open.
7 hearthstones.
What
Cool.
are these?
Those are the heart of a well house. They'll feel the furnace of divinity inside of you and let you be a little more pep in your step, so to speak. You ever reclaim your Excaliburs and you could use them to charge them up? It's kind of a horror show.
Noah picks one up.
You claim our Excaliburs.
Yeah. Where do you think the legend came from? It came from you guys. You make them out of behemoths you kill. The Hollow Earth opens up and you forge weapons of the gods to destroy them. And these are part of them.
Huh.
They're like an extension of your will that like allows the weapon to go further. Much
And
further.
You get these from Wellhouse. Okay, I guess that explains why someone nuked Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah. The best ones are actually connected to a working well house. Those are orphans. I collect them, keep away from people. They tend to twist things if you leave them out around the living or the sleepers.
Right. But
All right.
us, they'll be working with us.
What do we do with them?
Seems
Grab
like
it with
hold
your
them.
still bare flesh and just allow its influence to enter you.
Noah's already holding it, so
It's like a cup. It's like another cup. You can fill it a little more. You're already a cup. Well, everyone's a cup. You're like a jug. This is another little jug to add into.
Take off the gloves. Take a hold of one.
And it sounds like regular people are made of porcelain for these. All right. Neil will pick one up as well. Weigh it in his hand.
This place you're in right now, this place is a well house. It's alive. I'm actually I'm doing a piggyback thing because I'm at the heart of it. So, I'd rather give you guys those and have you kill me and try to fucking take this place as your new little base. I'd rather you kill someone I don't like and take their place. And there's a fair amount of them here in this town. This town's fucked.
Yeah.
Take Castle Ravenloft.
Well, kind of a crater right now, but
Put it back together.
Yeah.
Take Castle Ravenloft. You could even take your boat out to it. You like that.
I've just been considering
If I was
that.
rich enough for a boat, I wouldn't be living in You probably
was talking
already
to-
aware.
Yeah, he was talking to the captain, the sea captain that's right there, the sea captain that's just
Yeah.
like a sea captain.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's almost 11.
Yeah, we're wrapping. This is the wrap.
It's one.
So, okay, we'll do this. We'll let's take some time off, and then we will start our investigation.
So you're good. I'm a vampire. I feed on the people that come to my place. It's not a problem. You're not going to be crazy about this, right?
You're not going
People
to
aren't
fuck
dying,
people
so-
over.
People
I
aren't
don't-
dying, so no.
I'm like a pillar of the community. I'm like neutral ground. Literally, monster hunters stay in my place to be kept safe from other monsters.
Yeah, I've stayed in here a couple times myself back when I
Okay.
was still,
So, as long as we're good, we're good. And yeah, we got to wrap because we went up pretty late and some people have to sign off. So, we're going to do this pretty quick. Look at the order on the character sheets. I was Devin.
I'm Gerald.
Adam.
Falco.
Arvin.
Panda.
And this was sponsored by nobody. Signing off.